It's not easy to understand why stocks go up and down, but even in volatile markets, there's always a discoverable and logical reason behind price action. Story trading is a social investing community of investors who share information to uncover the hidden stories behind the trade through the 4 pillars of fundamentals, catalyst, sentiment, and technicals. All price action can be understood through the lens of these pillars, allowing for a holistic view that empowers better decision-making. Only by understanding markets can you beat them. Join our community today and start making sense of markets.
Welcome, guys. Sit back, relax, get ready. We're going to be here all day long, right? So give me some time here. I want to wait for the audience to build a little bit. We're going to be live trading with you the entire day, at least until, 30 minutes or so into the opening of the SpaceX IPO, which I expect to be at like 2 or 3 p.m. this afternoon. I mean, there's some news out there saying it's going to be earlier. I don't believe it. But if it happens at like 10 a.m. or whatever they're saying, then we'll be with you till at least 12 p.m. today. So we'll be with you at least at 12 p.m. anyway. If the SpaceX IPO is early afternoon, like I initially thought it would be around 2 p.m., then we'll probably be with you all day. All right. So get ready for that. Go ahead, build this audience if you can with us here. Get comfortable. Tweet, retweet, do whatever you can do here to build our audience. We're going to have a special guest joining us, Boxabl, later, Boxabl CEO, which has some sort of relationship with SpaceX. We're going to find out about.
With Elon Musk.
Yeah. Oh, with Elon Musk. Okay. Don't they have a deal with SpaceX or something? What's the relationship, Brett? You've done your homework on this. I still haven't, actually.
Does Boxabl... Hold on. Give me one sec.
They don't sell something to them? I thought you mentioned that to me.
No. Elon bought from them. No.
Yeah, Elon bought. What did he buy?
Yeah, he personally bought their Boxabl.
Oh, he personally bought it.
Yeah. He personally bought it. Yeah, there's no direct. That's what I thought.
Oh, okay. He personally bought it. Interesting.
Yeah, so he's like met with them. He's dealt with Elon actually directly. So it's going to be cool to talk about.
Oh, wow. So Boxabl CEO, he'll be on. We'll talk about his business, but we're also going to be talking about the SpaceX IPO with him. So should be some interesting times. Now, let's go over. It's 67 people here so far. I know, we end up usually getting many hundred. So I feel like, maybe a little informal talk here until 9 a.m. And then I'll go through the morning note. Since we're doing a special live stream today, I'm going to go through the morning note in detail. So folks who are not paid subscribers let's check the news feed here. Yeah, I'll need someone to set up a caffeine IV drip here for me. I haven't slept much the last 2 days.
It's all of us.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I have not slept much the last 2 days here, so I'm extremely tired. And then, but we'll be here, man. I'll be ordering my Uber Eats lunch live on the air with you guys later. So get ready for that. Wow. Okay, man, can you imagine if the Qs now fail on, I don't know, now doubts that the deal is real, maybe? That would be crazy. I mean, we'll talk about that in a second. You know what? Let's open the morning note. Man, this is only Brett, how do we what? I don't want to go through all this thing just for, we got 78 people. All right. Now, this is a quick scan of the morning note. You can see here what it looks like. All right. Went out at 5 o'clock this morning. I promised it by 7 a.m. Usually it comes out by 5:30 a.m. Last couple mornings it's come out earlier just because I don't know. I've woken up before my alarm. Because I guess
I wonder why.
Yeah, I know. It's just too much action going on in the market. And you can sign up for this, by the way, at storytrading.com. We have a new website coming soon. This is going to change a little bit, but if you put in your email, you'll get some sort of preview of the morning note. But if you want to get it every morning, you can just head on over to the join button. You can sign up for just the morning note, gets your email by 9 a.m., or you can get into our Discord trading community when you get the morning note before 7 a.m. and other tiers here where you can chat with us and see all our trading channels. So that's how you get involved in the community. It's 8:50 a.m. right now. Let me just take a look. Before I get into the details, man, Sats, what a great analysis.
Amazing,
this ended up being correct because, look, it's the best performing space stocks. And this is what I've been saying for weeks. I said the best risk reward is Sats. And Sats is also the one most likely to hold its gains when SpaceX starts trading. Okay, and you can see that turning out to be true right now. All right, you have sell-offs in all of the other space stocks right now pre-market, except Rocket Lab, and that's because they were added to the NASDAQ 100. So you have a different catalyst causing a bid there. But how accurate was this? Okay, all over this story. And in fact, before we go through the morning note, what I'm going to do is show you here. Actually, here, check this out in the Discord. And maybe I'll come back to this. I'm going to save this image. But if you go to this channel under Analyst Ben, all right, you will see, where's the images? Why is it not? Why is it? There it is. Okay, here we go. This table here was the result of at least a dozen hours of work, maybe more, probably more if you include, chatting with people in the Discord. So yeah, let's call it dozens of hours, but probably almost a dozen hours on my own conversing with AI back and forth and back and forth. AI doesn't really reduce your work, folks. It's like an assistant. And the more data you have access to, the more you could do, the more you do, right?
Yep.
And it's garbage in, garbage out. If you just ask AI, what's the fair value of Sats? It's going to give you garbage, okay? You have to know the right questions to ask. You have to be able to analyze the answer and be like, it looks like they're missing this or they're missing that, or it looks like it's overestimating this or underestimating that. You have to go back and forth with it and really learn the story well. I learned all the intricate details about what's going on in the Sats over the last few weeks. And that's what went into this table that I have a lot of confidence in. Okay. What many people are just finding out, it's really weird, right? Because people were trading, all the buzz was XOVR or DXYZ, right? Brett, am I right in terms of having SpaceX exposure?
Yep.
Why was everyone ignoring the stock that has 100% SpaceX exposure? Are you kidding me? I mean, that was weird. So I went digging. I'm like, is there a good reason for that? Maybe it just looks like 100% exposure and it's not. And I did all the research and nope, it is 100% exposure. Okay. Yeah, they have some debts, but guess what? Those debts are going to be offset with $20 billion cash coming in from AT&T literally any day. In fact, we might get a press release from Sats today. This is the earliest point in which we can get it because now all the regulatory timelines have finished and they're ready to close. So the is sign the deal, which is all done, and wire the money. That's it. So if they sign the deal and AT&T wires that money today, which they can, it might take a few days. It might take a few days to do that, but it's possible that it's done today, and it's possible you get a press release from Sats today. And then all of a sudden, this messy structure that people are like, oh, I don't know, this is not a pure play because they missed an interest payment on purpose, by the way. Why did they miss it? Because they're getting money in from AT&T imminently, right? So this is not a pure play or there's some structural problem with it. Nope. There's effectively no debt. In fact, they have net cash positive after this deal. Well, not after this one. There's also I think $8 billion or so coming from a deal with SpaceX. So SATS has 2 deals, one with AT&T closing imminently, maybe today, and one with SpaceX closing in November. And the SpaceX deal is really completely done. The only thing it's waiting on is that for the SpaceX deal, they're not allowed to pay off. They have some debts associated with that SpaceX is going to pay off, right? SpaceX is paying off some of SAT's debts, but they can't pay it off early. There's a penalty if it's paid off early. So they're waiting till November to consummate the deal, then pay off that debt. Okay. What happens in November? They're going to get $35 billion of SpaceX stock, priced at $135 a share. Okay. And all the institutions they're assuming it's a 99.9999% chance this deal closes. So basically all the institutions and everyone modeling this is assuming that deal is done. And they're treating SATS as a company that has $35 billion worth of SpaceX stock, right? Not only do they have that, but all the messiness of their debt goes away with the cash coming in from AT&T imminently and the additional cash coming from SpaceX in November. That's the story, okay? It's not messy. It's actually the cleanest proxy trade I've ever seen in my life, the cleanest proxy trade you will ever find for any IPO. It is literally a tracking stock of SpaceX, literally, okay? This will trade as a tracking stock of SpaceX, and that's what this table is about. This table will tell you where SATS should trade based on where SpaceX is trading. There's a few different scenarios here because there's some uncertainty in how much taxes they will eventually one day have to pay when they liquidate their SpaceX shares. And yes, that is priced in, okay? It might not be priced in today, because the algos and the ARB funds that are going to be really active with this to pin SATS down to SpaceX pricing will not really get going until maybe next Tuesday. And that's because in order to pin SATS to SpaceX pricing, you need to be able to short SpaceX the way these ARB funds work. So if SpaceX is too high, they'll be like, I'm going to short, not if it's too high. If the gap between fair value of SATS and fair value of, if the gap between actual market value of SATS and fair value of SATS is too big based on this table, what they'll do is they'll short SpaceX stock and go long SATS stock until that gap closes, right? So, and that will really come into play starting probably Tuesday next week. Why not today? Because they won't be able to short SpaceX stock today, so they won't be really active doing that. Let's see, Izzy saying ASTS down, market dump. All right, we'll look at that in a second. But anyway, this was the star call, the spot on analysis we've had here in our Discord. You can see we put that in there, which is causing this SATS to be the best performing space stock, still up 5% in pre-market after being up 11% yesterday, even as this market dump is going on. Why? Because this stock is essentially SpaceX. SATS is SpaceX. You got that? SATS is SpaceX. 100% of their market cap is attributed to SpaceX. Okay? All right. Lesson done. Now, let's see what's going on here. Qs are dumping. Whew. Not fun. Not fun. I've seen some rumblings about the deal, like it's not legit or something like that. Not really happening. Oh shit. Man, did I sell BKSY? Let me see. I held too many space stocks overnight, but I sold some of them this morning. Yeah, I sold BKSY. I sold Planet Labs. I quickly got out of that Redwire for a little loss there. Ross, but I'm still in Sidu. I'm still in SATL, and I'm still in Lunar, which I'm not happy about because I was up huge on them last night, and I didn't take the profits. And I've been buying this rocket. 115. I should have had have a limit order. I was thinking about that. Oh, I needed a limit order for Rocket Lab. Oh shit, I was thinking I should put a limit order at 115. I didn't get around to doing it. Oh shit. I missed it. Oh, man, that pisses me off. This was in the playbook. In the we'll go through the morning note in a second. We gave you a detailed trade plan for Rocket Lab. Damn, and now I'm chasing. I bought a little at 117. That's a shame. Okay, here we go. 182. You know, let's take a little bit of pause to look at the morning news feed here at 9 a.m. Make sure there's no big news items you want to trade. So that's hitting here in 1 minute. But shit, I also bought some NBIS pre-market. But look at Sats, man. Unfortunately, I sold pretty much all my common shares last night, but I kept a good amount of options. So the options will pay. But all right, let's see. 9 a.m. news dump. Just scanning for tickers I know well. Nothing really. Nothing catches my eye here. There might be another dump. I got that initial 9 a.m. dump. Sometimes a few seconds later, there's more. 20%. Here we go. 20% of the 75 billion went to individual investors. Just breaking it right now. So individual investors have $15 billion worth of SpaceX. I got about a 20% allocation of what I asked for. Okay. So, oh, it's back to 115. Back to 115. Hold on. I guess I might be taking a big risk here, but I'm adding a little bit more here of Rocket Lab at 115. It's always scary to buy the dip. I don't love doing it. I'm not really a proponent of buying dips, to tell you the truth. As you know, if you've gotten to know me, but I'm doing it this morning here. I did it last Friday and I got killed, so hopefully it won't be a repeat of that. All right, just added some more Rocket Lab, and we'll go. I'm just trying to stick to the script I wrote about this morning. Wow, look at this. Let me just check the news feed in terms of Iran right now. See what's going on. Iran's foreign minister says a potential deal with the U.S. is an internal finalization, but no final decision has been made. Maybe it's moving on this. Every detail of the text still requires approval from regime authorities before any agreement is reached. That's probably what it's going down on, guys. Signing logistics have not been discussed. What's circulated so far in the media is speculation. Okay, so looking like that was a little bit of Trump exaggeration to pump the markets, maybe specifically because the IPO was today, actually. So I think this is why we're seeing the weakness in the Qs. Wow. Wow. I will say this though. Yesterday, look, we were. Let me bring up my morning note over here. So in the morning note here. Okay, in the morning note over here. Macro discussion. You see this signal? This has been on yellow alert for 7 consecutive days. All right. Did I write about it here? Yeah. Okay. We're back to a green signal after calling the top on June 3rd. Okay. So we had this every single morning since basically from here, April 2nd through right there. We top ticked it June 3rd. We went from yellow alert down here. Maybe we were even in red alert. I forget. And then we flipped to green signal on April 2nd, stayed green all the way through June 3rd, with the exception of 1 or 2 days in there where it was CPI day, and we're like, be cautious for today, right? And then we flipped to a yellow alert on June 3rd and have been been yellow alert for 7 consecutive days. Yesterday, we noted to you that we're about to end our yellow alert. Okay, I said, get ready to pivot. And actually, there were no shorts recommended for top trades. Not that I played that correctly, but I have to look at this this news. Okay, so what was I saying, Matt? I was saying yesterday that I basically, foreshadowed that we're about to end the yellow alert. It came a day before I wanted it. It was too close to our target for me to recommend shorts officially, but I did it. I was like, let me get that last leg to the 50 DMA, because I said, my target's the 50 DMA on Thursday, but either way, either way, we're going to a green signal on Friday, either because it hits the 50 DMA on Thursday or because of the SpaceX IPO, which I posited market, right? For weeks, people are saying SpaceX IPO will be a negative catalyst for the market. And I decided it's going to be a positive catalyst for the market because you're so close to the 50 and it appears there's enough demand for it. And that'll, mark the turn. So we got the bounce a day earlier than I was expecting. So I was actually heavily short, trying to squeeze the last juice out of this. And I didn't get it. Again, I didn't recommend anyone to short the market in the morning note yesterday. Because I knew, in fact, on the morning show yesterday, Rhett, we specifically said we're not calling any shorts out because it's going to be very dynamic and the bottom may be today. Remember that, Rhett? So the bottom may be today, so we're not going to call shorts out. Why the hell would I have so many shorts anyway? Anyway, I covered the shorts, went long, and it was a good day. But this came a day early because of Trump's and messaging of that we've reached this agreement with Iran. So I was ready to go green signal anyway. Okay. I guess you got to worry that we can still hit the 50 DMA and then bounce now that we're down 0.2% in pre-market. But Rhett, I don't know. I'm not inclined to quickly react to this. I'm not inclined to quickly. I understand we're getting reputations from Iran, but my flipping to green actually had nothing to do with Iran. Okay, had to do with this being so close to this technical support and the SpaceX IPO catalyst today. So because of that, I don't know that I want to overreact to what's happening here in pre-market. But, that's always subject to change, especially based on how TLT and oil are doing. And TLT is down now, which is not great. Okay, it means interest rate expectations are going up at this moment. And that's why you're seeing markets get pressured right now. But oil, on the other hand, is still negative. Even though it's trending up this morning, it's still negative and it's still below the 50. Look, I have to say that I'm keeping my green signal. I think the markets have decided, especially seeing oil consistently below now this 50 DMA, even with what's happening this morning. I think markets have decided that a deal's happening. It might not be on terms Trump wants. He might pretend it's on his terms, but everyone sees how desperate Trump is for a deal. Unfortunately, Iran also sees how desperate they are for a deal, so they're going to be able to squeeze in, pretty much everything they want out of him. I think, not that that's going to happen, but this is a consensus opinion of the market right now, which is why you're seeing oil below the 50 DMA. And even though TLT is dropping this morning, guess what? It's still above the 50 DMA. Okay. So at this point right now, I'm not inclined to pull the plug on my green signal that I switched to today. Okay. So that's my thinking on the macro. Now, I'm so tired, right? You don't even know. I need someone to deliver another coffee to me here.
You probably should. I'm completely full of espresso right now. I'm beyond tired.
My gosh. I usually wake up at 4:30 a.m. To write the morning note. But the last 2 mornings I woke up at like 3:30 a.m., which is why the morning note keeps coming out earlier and earlier. But anyway, let's see. The SpaceX IPO allocation by broker. Fidelity got 25%, E-Trade 28%, Robinhood less than 10%. Where's Webull on this list? Okay, self-reported averages. SoFi 10%, Morgan Stanley 26%, Charles Schwab 26%. Okay. Anyway, let's look at this morning note. So you can see the structure of it here. We highlight the top picks right at the top. Sats, Rocket Lab, QQQ. We'll see. Maybe it ends up being good. NBIS, Webull, and these ones are kind of swings, by the way. NBIS, Bull, Fubo, and UMAC are more swing entries with swing targets. You'll see on the bottom. So we start with giving an update on yesterday's performance. Once a week, I'll give you an update on how my year-to-date is. The last metric here from last Monday, this past Monday was up 92%. We'll update that this coming Monday. And then we have the macro discussion. Let's just quickly read it. yesterday we said be ready to pivot to a possible green signal as early as tomorrow, which means today. As we explained on the morning show, we said we will be flipping to a green signal by Friday, regardless of whether or not we hit the 50 DMA support on Thursday. Looking back, when we were that close to calling a bottom, it would have made sense to flip to a green signal yesterday, which, by the way, Laptop Traveler Community basically did. He went and he said, I'm buying calls. So he was a few hours ahead of me, and it really paid off for him yesterday. I probably should have had more of that mentality because I'm like, we're so close. Like, doesn't that make sense? Like, get ahead of it a little bit. But this is where, I acted on trying to anticipate it too much. However, we wanted confirmation for our readers before flipping the switch. So Christmas came a few hours earlier than we expected yesterday when President Trump did a sudden about-face and announced an imminent deal with Iran. We have validating signals with bonds surging, which means implying interest rates are dropping, and oil diving. We went through the updates of that right now. So I gave a target of 721 on the 20 DMA. We'll see. But we had a really oversold RSI, which suggests we can even see 722 to 725 as early as today. I don't know about this anymore. We'll have to see. I'm sticking with our green signal, but I don't know about these targets anymore today. With eyes on 731 by early next week. And IWM could see an all-time high above 292.88. It might have hit that in pre-market, by the way. It might have hit an all-time high in pre-market. Right, if you can check. 292.88 was the number. There could be a strong afternoon surge in indices if the SpaceX IPO, ticker symbol SPCX, in case you didn't know because it's new, proves to be a day one success. And I've defined a day one success here simply by meaning we open up meaningfully over 135 and we close the day above 135. To me, that's a success given the valuation and the size of the IPO. So we're back to a green signal after calling the top on June 3rd and maintaining a yellow signal for 7 consecutive trading days. I did say it feels like it's time once again to say carpe diem. But you know what happens often, right? I have these insights early in the morning, and then I come on the show at 9 a.m., and the price action kind of makes me doubt myself. And how often does this morning note end up being the correct thing? And that we get basically kind of faked out by what happens on this show and with the pre-market price action. That happens a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like, the people who are not in our Discord and only receive the morning note, they might even do much better than us over here because the pre-market action really fakes us out. But these calls on the morning note, absolutely epic. All right. Then after that, the structure of the morning note goes into catalyst. The first catalyst section we call Trump World. We give you updates on geopolitical things and wars. You can see this here. Go into industry policy things going on. There was news on drones you can take a look at. No major items on China and trade recently. And then we get into other catalysts. There's no ERs of note today, so there's a curated list. There's some ERs on Monday. If I'm really interested in an ER, I'll underline it. I'm not really interested in any of these ERs. So there's 2 levels of curation in this. It's simply what I actually put here is one level of curation, and what I underline is a second level of curation for you guys. And then economic events. There is consumer confidence data at 10 a.m. this morning. I don't think algos might react to it. I don't think it's too meaningful. It's all about interest rate expectations, primarily based off what's going on with oil in Iran right now. That's what's driving the markets right now. And we got the SpaceX IPO today. Then we give you a curated list of catalysts. I try to stick with names I know and that we've talked about in our community. Once in a while, there's a new name that I'll throw in there, like FAC, courtesy of Ross in our community. All right, so you can see these. And then I try to basically a second level of curation. Put a fire emoji next to the catalysts that I think are as close as what I define as inflection catalysts, right? So things that maybe can cause a multi-day move, not just good for that day, because these are catalysts that happened throughout the day yesterday. All right, so maybe these had moves already yesterday. So what's the purpose of these fire emojis is, hey, this catalyst is so strong, it might have a second day move today. That's why we do that. And then I go into top picks of the day. And you can see here a continuation. We've been in sats for a long time, and I give you a detailed information on this. Oh, wow, sats, I give you a 143 plus price target. We're already at 138. We hit this morning, I think it was. As we go through that, then I had a big focus on Rocket Lab. This is basically the number 2 pick of the day as of when I wrote this. Right, you can see sats, then Rocket Lab. Okay, Rocket Lab gets called out specifically beyond just the space stocks because of its inclusion in the NASDAQ 100. I went on in this case to give a lot of specific details because I thought this could be something that people might want to trade heavily intraday. So I'm like, important to look at the intraday technicals on this. So I gave a 126.40 target, which I gave last night, which actually hit last night at the 20 DMA, and it's pulled back. You have 120 support, which it broke, and I said, hey, look at this. We'll see. Any early morning moves below 120 will be a false breakdown, and we'll quickly recover. We'll see if I'm right about that. Specifically here, gap fill to 115 is highly unlikely. We got it. We got the gap fill, but always possible. If this gap fill happens, expect a strong V-shaped recovery intraday back towards 120. Let's see if the crystal ball works out. I did just buy some. Where's it trading at right now, Rocket Lab?
117.60.
117. All right. I did buy some there at like 115.50.
Yeah, it bounced right off that little bottom right there, like you were saying.
Okay, so it's dependent on the market and if we get a rebound in the Qs or not. But basically here, that first target's 126.40, which we hit. We'll see if we can retest it. And then I said possibly we can do 128 to 135 today with an outside shot at 138. Big numbers, and I think probably you're going to need the Qs to work out if you want those levels to be hit. For now, it's more like, buy the gap fill at 115 and hope we get back into that 120 to 126 target range. That's kind of the trade for now, and we'll see if the markets cooperate and we can think about the higher targets. This is not looking too great at the moment, but QQQ is what I wrote this morning. We'll analyze it now in a second. And then I gave you 1, 2, 3, 4 new swing ideas because SATS was our only core swing idea coming in today. No longer going to be a core swing. I might sell all of it today. And then, so NBIS, Bull, Fubo, UMAC, and you can see the targets and basically the reasoning behind them, right? NASDAQ inclusion on NBIS, Hood bullish update earlier in the week, removal of PTD rule, Fubo inflection catalyst that we covered earlier this week. UMAC gets an upgrade from Needham, and where they're expected to get government funding in the near future. So story trading is all about, the 4 pillars, the catalyst, sentiment, fundamentals, and technicals, so you can have understanding and conviction behind the trade rather than just just trading numbers on a screen, which I don't like to do. And anyone who's really part of story trading, you're here because you want to understand the story behind the trade. So we give you that context here when we give you these trade ideas. All right, then I give you my allocations, which I don't know if I'm going to continue doing that. We'll talk about it because we recently switched from daily reporting, how I do, to weekly reporting. If it's weekly reporting, I'm not sure it makes sense to give my daily allocations. Maybe it's weekly. I don't know. We have to think about that. But jury's still out, if we go back to daily reporting or not. We're testing that out. Okay, so that's the morning note. And now let's put that away to check out the bloodbath here. So let's see. Oil coming back down, TLT with a pop. That's going to be your North Stars you got to watch today, oil and TLT.
Definitely will.
So let's start with Dougie. Let's start with the Qs. So I went to green signal and I gave a target today of the 20 DMA at least. And we were there. We probably even were over it, right? It hit 721.85, and almost to the penny, and pulled back. Given what we're seeing in pre-market here, what do you think? You're looking at this. You think it was a false pop and market's going to drop because now they no longer trust the deal, or do you think the bottom's in?
It's so hard to tell because now the Qs have a trend line right at 701, so and they're really bullish. So even if we get some pullback, I don't think we see that 50 DMA like we thought we were going to see. And so will it pull back today is the question. I don't know. I kind of was saying that in my morning show as well. It could. I mean, I still think we could see that pullback. I can't guarantee anything, but I guess we have to kind of see. It's hard to tell right now. It's trying.
Basically, what you're saying is you think the bottom's in. We're not hitting the 50, but no longer is it clear that we're going to explode today. Which is
there you go. You said it better than I did. Thank you.
Okay.
Perfect wording.
There you go. So I think the bottom's in. It's a green signal, but are the Qs going to explode today? We don't know. Maybe it's going to be an inside candle on the daily today. So,
kind of on the same page as usual.
you know, lately we've really been on the same page.
Oh my God, it's like word for word verbatim. It's crazy.
Great. What great collaboration on the sats, the price targets, and everything.
Oh
You
my
nailed it last night. You said 135 tonight, and it hit it last night. In after hours, crazy.
I was saying it could get to 140, and it got up to 138
this morning. Yeah.
ASTS starting to outperform Rocket Labs a little bit here.
I was just watching that actually try to pull back up. It's almost back to 100. So, and again, it's so weird because are we going to see this bounce before SpaceX? SpaceX, this is the problem, and not the problem. It's the fun of the market today. There's never been anything like SpaceX before. So is the money going to draw out of things and everyone try to pile in when it's already 4 times like over, like, you know, the supply and demand? Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely bonkers what you're seeing. And who knows how it's going to play out. Do people think they can get in and they're going to pull out of other things and drop them? Because SpaceX can't hold up the entire market today. So that's the thing. Like, what are people going to do?
I'll give you my opinion on that. That's my
I'd love to hear.
That is my expertise, at least what I try to do. I'm all about market psychology. Wow, I can't wait till that guide is available on the website for everyone.
And Ben, actually, on my last night's show, I said the laptop travel. I'm glad you said that. I said, I got to ask Ben, does he think we should put puts on any of these space stocks in the afternoon?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, because they're going down, right? Like,
absolutely. All right, we'll get into the market psychology in a second. But just a quick trade update. I did buy on the dip there. I bought at 117 and then 116 for 116.50 average, and I sold at 118.50 for half of my share. I still have another half of Rocket Lab, so that was a nice little trade there buying that dip. Well, look at that. Look at that. You see this 115.22? What do we say here? This is the morning note. Go back to the top trade ideas. It says Rocket Lab, a gap fill to 115 is highly likely but always possible. If this happens, accept a strong V-shaped recovery. All right, followed the morning note there. Bought right near that gap fill 115, sold at 118.50, still didn't get into the 120, 126 target range, but it's definitely in play today. I think it may be in play anyway. If the Qs are down, I think Rocket Lab has a decent chance of 120 to 126 anyway. Okay, so market psychology, how does this work? Look, I've had a lot of experience with this, but as you said, the size of this IPO is unprecedented. The allocation to retail is unprecedented. So the usual pattern might be a little bit different. The usual pattern is all of the sector plays will explode, and it started yesterday, but that explosion will continue until the second SpaceX opens. That's the usual play. And then you want to like short the hell out of them. Except, I always said, except sats. And this is proven to be right. Now, we're seeing a dump in these because there's some things going around X about, you know, SpaceX can open at 10 a.m., opening indicators at 9:45. And people are kind of panicking about that because much of this trade happens during this process of trying to figure out what the opening value is for SpaceX IPO. You get updates, you're like, oh, indicated to open at 145 to 150. 5 minutes later, indicated to open up at 160 to 165. And as that news comes out and as we're watching the level 2 trying to find itself, that's when you see the final huge surge in all of the sympathy plays and the proxy plays. So this happens all the time. And then the second SpaceX IPO opens, everyone dumps all of those completely, and then they're off to trading SpaceX, okay? That's always how it works. And I said except, and I called this out 2 weeks ago, I said except sats. Sats will not dump when the rest of them dump. So we had this early dump because people are basically afraid that we're not going to have this 5-6 hour period of FOMO buying. It's only going to be an hour of FOMO buying based on these news snippets coming out of X. And that's why all the space stocks suddenly dumped here in pre-market, except sats, in line with their thesis, because sats is actually not a proxy play. It's not a sentiment play. It's a direct SpaceX play. It's a SpaceX tracker. You can think of it legitimately as sats is SpaceX. Think of it that way because it is 100% of the valuation of the market cap is SpaceX stock. And that's why you're not seeing the big drawdown in sats this morning. So if you were going to keep any one stock into the SpaceX IPO, it would be sats. Doesn't mean it won't get a dump when SpaceX opens. It probably will, to be honest with you. It probably will dump, but it's the one most likely to rebound strongly by the close if it does get an initial dump. And it's the one that will not even most likely, but it's the one that will definitely move towards its net asset value next week. Okay. And let me just bring up this thing over here again. You can see from our Discord. Okay. Where is it now? Just broke on me. Sorry, Red, about the official picks. I mean, I don't know. Do what you want.
SPCX IPO day. What are you going to do?
Yeah, just be like SPCX IPO day. Listen to the live stream. All right, go. Or to say, refer to the morning note for trade ideas. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's what I was just
and
going
then,
to do.
yeah. Okay. So then Sats will definitely by next Tuesday start adhering to this table. Okay. It's not going to be about sentiment. It's not going to be. So you could have this crash today. Okay. But this table kicks in by next Tuesday. Why next Tuesday? Because that's when the ARB funds really start working. ARB funds can't really work today because they can't short SpaceX today. The moment they start being able to short SpaceX, which is roughly Tuesday, because it takes a few days for the market makers to build up a pool of shortable shares. Once those pools of shortable shares are built up by the market makers, then the funds can go in, short SpaceX, long Sats to fill that gap and get Sats to trade closer to its NAV, which you can see 3 scenarios of what its NAV is. Okay. This is definitely 100% going to happen next week. Mark my words. Okay. So you could get a literally 100% chance it's gonna happen. And then we can actually see where the we can modify this table after we see it trading for a day or so. We can see which scenario are they using in terms of the tax haircut. Are they using scenario A, B, or C? And once we figure that out, then you can have a table you can along potentially with the ARB funds and take advantage of any short-lived market dislocations because once again, Sats is SpaceX. For those of you who didn't know, now you know. Okay, look at that. What do we say? 115. You buy that. You back up the truck. V-shaped recovery to 120. Holy shit! Right. Every day this morning note delivers. All right. Look at that. There we go. Right into the target rate. Oh,
Pretty
look
wild.
at that. Look at that. What did I say? A gap fill of 115 is highly unlikely, but always possible. If this happens, expect a strong V-shaped recovery back towards the 120 to 126 target range. Look at that freaking alpha you get when you're a subscriber of the story trading community. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Holy shit. Head on over right now to storytrading.com. Make sure you subscribe to that morning note. Mother fricker. Like, and I always be like, why didn't I buy more shit? Why didn't I buy more shares at 115? Why didn't I sell at my target of 120? I sold at 118.50. I'm like,
wow, UMAC is exploding right now, guys. UMAC, one of our
UMAC is a top pick. UMAC's a top pick. Was there news? It's not exploding. It's up 1.83%.
It just went to 27.95 and then just pulled right back.
How come I don't see it?
You don't see that?
Oh, it's 6 shares. Okay, it's not on volume. All right, that's because okay, no. Not on volume.
Whoa, mine showed volume. Hold on, what's happening here?
I don't know.
Glitches all over.
Look at MBIS, top pick MBIS. Actually, I bought some of this in pre-market. One of my largest positions. Okay, in fact, let's just look at this from the morning note. MBIS, consider swing position in this stock, which is one of our favorite and largest positions in a long-term account. The NASDAQ inclusion news last night makes it a good short-term trade as well. 250 to 280 target. Maybe that 250 can come in as early as today. We're at 235 now. Bull, consider a swing position to 720 to 750 target, catalyzed by hood bullish update early in this week. Okay, target. Fubo, consider swing position to 11. So all of these swing positions, you're going to learn once you become a member of our community that when I initiate a swing idea, a huge percent of the time, at least the bottom end of the target range hits the same day. Crazy, but true story. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Sats a little bit of sell-off here. Q's recovering. So what are you thinking, Dougie, for your opening moves here? You doing anything at the open? I'm getting killed now on Sidu. I didn't sell Sidu and Lunar.
That's and not selling off right
yeah,
there.
I didn't sell on Sat-L. Ah, shit.
They're all kind of dipping down.
Yeah, I was really thinking these were going to pump for hours with a SpaceX IPO opening of 2 p.m. So we'll have to see. If that happens, if they keep delaying the opening and we open at 1-2 p.m., all of these stocks should come back meaningfully.
That's pulling back right now, guys.
Yeah, I see that. And by the way, there is another variable in Sats today in that if people cannot short SpaceX today. So if they think it's too expensive, they might short Sats. So just keep that in mind.
Sats, yeah.
What time? How much time do I have?
In fact, yeah.
Yes.
So what are you guys thinking? Doing anything at the open here?
Yeah, I'm gonna look to maybe pick up some MBIS calls, but I gotta watch the opening.
Yeah, I bought common shares this morning, so that's a top pick. Let me just pull out my.
Yeah, it looks.
So I think the top ones to focus on will be Sats, Rocket Lab, NBIS.
Definitely.
So Sats.
I gotta start looking to offload some of these.
And I'm glad I bailed on Redwire, but I gotta figure out when to take a loss on.
Yeah, Redwire dipping.
Sidu, Lunar, SATL. I sold Planet Labs. I sold BKSY. I'm out of Redwire. I'm out of ASTS. But I'm still in Sidu, Lunar, and SATL. Okay, so hopefully.
All right, guys, we are officially open.
Open on.
Officially open.
SpaceX IPO day, guys.
Yeah, there might be opportunities about if Sats dumps too much here at the open, I might pick up some common shares.
Let's pull them back right there. That's for sure.
It's
right into the bottom. So
Rocket Lab. Oh,
wow.
Guess what? I'm buying Rocket Lab again. Rocket Lab. Buy. Following the morning show script here. It's a little below that 115. I'm going for it. All right. I bought it again. I just bought common shares. I know you Deegans love to do options. If you do it, call it out, please.
I will. Sox are looking good to pop back up there. Bull. Look at Bull, guys.
Is Bull taking off?
Yeah, I like that. I'm liking this move.
Yeah, I like that
too.
It
looks pretty sweet.
Bull I was thinking of getting next week.
Dipping down.
I was thinking of getting Bull 650 for next week. In fact, I think I will here. Bull expiration June 18th, 650. I was looking at these last night. 44 cents.
Sats down. Is this the bottom right here?
You let me know when you see the bottom. I'm busy trying to get call options on
Redwire. ASTS. What are people
for me, guys?
It didn't fill. Man, gotta up my ask. Too slow. Freaking Fidelity's too slow on options.
Rocket Lab pulling back pretty big at 112 right there.
Wow. All right, I filled Bull. So far that's wrong. I thought we'd get a gap fill holding at 115. It did hold in pre-market, but not the regular hours.
Sats pulling back. It's at 126.
Is this space specific or Qs? The Qs are not helping.
No.
Qs are not helping. Sats, I will buy this dip at some point. I think I might buy it right here. I'm going to buy the dip on Sats.
I'm going to wait a little bit to buy the dip.
I think maybe the Qs, they run with the Qs, and the Qs are still going down. But that looks like it could get reversed.
Just got a little starter position in MBIS with it trying to hold this level here, but if it breaks, I'll be out.
If you see options you like in Sats, call it out, please.
Google looks really good right now, and they have a big SpaceX position.
All right, I just bought common shares of Sats in size. Let's see what happens there.
125.
Because I'm going by that table I have, and 126. That's an incredible price. All right.
Wow, those MBIS calls are already up.
Oh wow, good job on that. Well, I'm getting killed on Lunar and Sidu, and
there we go.
Sell those shit.
MBIS looks good if we can break out here above these pre-market high, make a new high here.
All right, I gotta protect my capital. So I'm selling Stat Logic. It's not down.
Tesla looking good.
All right, it sold Stat Logic. I'm still freaking stuck in Lunar and Sidu, motherfucker. Big sell off in the space names. The best one to buy on the dip, guys, is Sats and Rocket Lab. Especially Sats right now. Especially Sats.
Yeah, Rocket Lab crushed. Yep.
Yeah, I'm getting crushed on that right now. Getting crushed on that right now. Someone find me some call options for Sats.
I'm looking at them actually. It's oh man.
Give me some call options.
Dipping pretty hard here.
I'm not liking much of the
Yeah.
123s next week. Should I go today's? 123s today. I might get some 123 today over here.
Q straight down
No,
right there.
risky. I'm not getting today. I'm gonna do 123 next week. I'm waiting.
Oil bouncing up right now.
I'm just fixated on sets, as you can tell, guys,
Mhm.
because I have my tables. I know what it's worth, and I know what the ARB funds are going to do with this. Of course, this trade falls apart if SpaceX goes below 135 next week. This trade falls apart.
forget it.
Mhm.
What's happening with the Qs? I'm not even looking.
I'm monitoring. Oh, they're trying to hold
Trying to
here.
pop back up here though, so that's what I was waiting to see what they wanted to do.
Tesla, BIS. Let's see what happens here.
Laptop
All right.
travel, that's what's happening. It's crazy laptop travel. That's what's happening.
Hold on.
He's traveling.
I'm trying to buy some options here. Let me see if it filled on sets. I'm getting next week.
Could be the bottom right there.
I got it. Next week's 123s. I bought it $9.37. I don't know that I'm going to hold it into next week. We'll see. I'm hoping for a big bounce later, but this is a good time to pull out this document right here. Okay, right now we're trading at 122. So what's 122 imply? So 122 implies that in the worst case scenario, that's the equivalent of SpaceX at 140. But in the mid case, which I think where it's going to end up settling in at, then Sats should go to 139 next week. No, that's not that. What should go to 122 is implying a 140.
They are selling off hard, huh?
140.
Oh,
We'll see. 138. I mean, this is a better right here, like 119 to 135. 119 to 135 is probably your fair value on Sats based on a 135 SpaceX IPO. So it's getting right into that value range over here. Sorry, what's selling off? Qs are coming back hard.
Qs are coming back.
Rocket Lab selling off hard.
ASTS Rocket Lab might be bottoming here. ASTS just still dipping.
I don't know if I can add more to Rocket Lab. I already have a lot of it. This is like last Friday getting killed on Lunar and Sidio. I don't know that I'm gonna. I don't know that I'm gonna be averaging down here on Rocket Lab. Where'd I buy it? I bought it 115 and I'm down $7 already.
Let's see if they all want to make.
What's your thought, Dougie, on Rocket Lab here?
Man, it's in the basement. Let me look at this bad boy because it doesn't look that healthy right there. That's
yeah,
for sure.
I know. I'm not adding any more yet.
I mean, if it's bouncing off of 106.50 area, and so you have like another dollar to come down, and if it doesn't hold that, it's over.
Tesla
It is in the basement though. On the minute.
MBIS pulling back a little here, just trying to hold up.
Let's see if Sats can get turned here. This would be your spot.
Man, I'm still freaking. I didn't sell Lunar SATL, motherfucker. How low can these go?
How low can they go? I don't know. Looks like the Qs could get rejected and just keep going down. Maybe they are just going to have a crazy bad day. I don't know. Doesn't look pretty at the moment anyway. See, Sats is trying to get set back up. We can see if it tries to run here.
Yeah.
Rocket Lab's trying.
Yeah, I'm getting killed on Rocket Lab here.
ASTS getting destroyed too, and it's trying to get crawled up here. This could be the bottom for ASTS. We'll see. Maybe the whole market turns back around. Huge.
If you want the SpaceX bottom, you need the opening indicators on SpaceX. You need them to give us a big number. You get a big number on that, then you can see the space stocks starting to recover. If they're going to be like opening at 140 or 138, then it's not going to be great.
kind of a mixed.
Yeah.
I'm definitely surprised Rocket Lab.
Currently down on MBIS.
Yeah, I'm down on freaking everything I bought in pre-market, obviously.
Yeah. I'm not inclined to do anything yet with space. See if I get the turnaround.
What I should have done is cut faster, especially lunar.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, look at that, it's dipping hard now.
I got a lot of lunar insidio.
Damn, SAT's getting destroyed.
I'm so freaking tempted to sell for a loss my lunar insidio right here in the freaking bottom, and focusing on Sats and Rocket Lab for the rebounds in those names. Qs are coming back pretty nicely, actually.
They're trying.
Yeah, they are.
They're trying to.
Oh, you were right. The short.
And remember, we have a huge catalyst coming from Sats next week, or today even. We'll see. AT&T deal is going to close. They're going to get $20 billion and pay off most of their debts.
Wow, SAT's really taking a beating.
Yeah, I see that. Dude, when do I freaking... I want to take my losses on these other ones so I can focus on Sats and Rocket Lab. Wow, Sats is really... now I'm being taken on woodshed here now.
Yeah, it's getting crushed.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I may have to take my losses on these other things. Sato, Lunar Insidio, frick.
Oh, they got destroyed. IQ's not really holding up right here.
Yeah.
So that's not really going to help. We'll see if they can.
No, yeah, not really.
Give me some advice here, guys, on these. I'm okay dealing with and managing the Sats position. Rocket Lab, I'm a little more concerned about than Sats. But what I'm really concerned about is Sidio, Lunar, and SATL. Doggy, take a look at those charts. Let me know. Should I throw in the towel and just focus on my other picks, or give it time to rebound?
SATL looks like it's going to dip. I actually got out of that when I had a few, and I got out of that up there. That looks like it's not looking so good. What'd you say, Sidious? That looks like it's about to try to curl back up right here. A couple of them look like they're trying to curl up. ASTS not trying to. Redwire was trying to. We'll see. Maybe they're not, but they were trying to. Yes, Sidious trying to curl up right here. Maybe they get knocked right back down even further. Rocket Lab still down pretty good. Sat's just getting destroyed.
Yeah, it looks like my freaking Fidelity's down. I can't even sell these things right now.
Wow.
Whoa. Oh yeah, they're down. Fidelity's down. I can't even sell anything. Fidelity's down.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's tanking. Holy shit.
Wow.
Well, so far I got the bad read, huh?
Jeez, ASTS.
So far I got a bad read, and I can't do anything. Fidelity's down. Come on, Fidelity. Trying to log in again. Oh shit. Oh, okay. It's officially a terrible day for me. I can't even see it. Nope, still down. Fidelity's down. I can't do anything.
What?
Can't do anything. Come on. Come on, man. I can't do anything. Can't log in.
That's
Fidelity's
crazy.
down. I'm completely blocked from trading right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. This might be a blessing because I was about to sell Sidio, Lunar, and SATL. Let me try to log in again.
Wow.
All right, now I'm logged in. All right, now
Maybe that's the bottom right here. So
See
a V-shaped recovery. It'd be crazy. Maybe one crazy ass V-shaped recovery.
713, 5-minute chart.
I don't know though. Doesn't look so hot for stats. That's a big red candle right there. Holy cow! Getting
Yep.
destroyed.
Oh my
That
god.
is
I don't
getting
know.
destroyed.
And VIS. I think I'm gonna have to take losses on. I have to save my capital somewhere.
See if Rocket Lab. Yeah, I don't know.
DIS bouncing back.
I mean, this is the bottom right here. If we can see a crazy V-shaped recovery, it'd be one wild ass SpaceX IPO day. That's for sure.
Yeah. Definitely.
All right. I think I'm gonna have to take some losses on Lunar. Oh my gosh, I had so much Sidu. Let's look at the Sidu chart. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. This sucks. Gotta preserve my capital.
What did Trump just say? He says something. This Trader Joe, and as he just said, "Holy crap, Trump! LOL, Trump taco yesterday's taco." What
Are
the
you
heck?
serious? What? Now he said he's gonna attack? Is that what happened?
I have no idea.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ!
This is crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness!
Oh boy. Oh boy. I mean, this market's impossible if Trump is changing his mind every day.
Yeah, it's literally
Um,
impossible. Buy the rumor, sell the news, and space stocks out of nowhere. Then they can be down 10 to 20%, like you said, Trader Joe. You weren't kidding. Let's see if we get a V-shaped recovery here. That Trump just Qs are getting crushed. They're going down.
Yep.
What did Trump say, guys? What's the update on Trump?
I don't know.
Can someone find it?
I'm looking.
He said Iranian leaders dishonorable and deal is in bad faith. Oh shit.
What else? That's all he said?
I'm looking at Chris what he said in here. I'm trying to find the other.
I open Truth Social. Okay. Based on the terms that Iran leaked out to the fake news have nothing to do with the terms that were agreed to in writing. What they said, including their weak and pathetic statement on having a deal, bears no relation to the truth. Very dishonorable people to deal with. With them, there's no such thing as deal in good faith. Amazing. Also, their totally rebuffed drone attack last night against Indian ships leaving the Hormuz Strait is totally unacceptable. They better get their act together fast. Oh boy, this is such a hard market to trade right now. With Trump changing his mind every day, motherfucker.
Every day, like every 20 minutes.
Every
freaking crazy. It's like, what the hell are you supposed to do?
Oh my gosh! Right when I sold some of these things, I sold Lunar, I sold half of SATL, and I sold half of Situ. Actually, no, I didn't sell any SATL. Video and all of Lunar at the worst time. Still focus on Sats and Rocket Lab as two most likely candidates to recover sharply.
Like big V-shaped recoveries right here.
It's also like, to trade the indices is just too hard now.
I know it's just out of control.
Yeah, I mean, we had a clear signal, for like 7 days in a row, 6 days in a row, we were short.
And
but now it's just wild. It's close to support, and combined with the news, it just makes it super volatile, super hard.
Yeah.
Wow, super tough market. What time is the Boxabl CEO joining us?
11 a.m.
All right, so let's see if we get maybe some news that can save the space sector coming up here.
Yeah.
Because SpaceX opening indicators. Here we go. You can see the order book here has started. You can see some data. You guys see this on the right hand of my screen? Right here?
Yeah.
See some data. They're like crazy numbers. I'd want to also check any official statements coming out on where it's indicated to open.
Yeah, like Sats needs to really break up right here and get cruising if it wants to run. It's trying to. See, I think the Qs are trying to run a little bit.
Sats is the one I have the most faith in because of this. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, NBIS making a comeback. Man, I had a small amount of shares, not that big, that I bought in
Someone just
pre-market
joined.
and then
Oh,
dumped.
laptop. Hey,
Laptop,
laptop.
what's up?
Holy cow,
Oh,
guys! I had to just
What?
I had
Oh
to
my
just
goodness.
hold on.
What? What?
What are you even saying?
All I have is cellular service, and I'm like in the middle of nowhere.
And you don't even know what's going on SpaceX.
So it's a
IPO.
liquidity.
What?
Hey, it's a liquidity. It's a liquidity problem. They're selling everything because they didn't get filled. So people are just selling everything to
Oh,
get
in
money
order to
raised
buy-
for
In order
to buy it in the market.
They're going to buy SpaceX at the open in the market?
Yes,
Wow, that's good for Sats. I'll take
that's
that.
what's. Yeah, I hope it's good for XOVR and XOVL too, and
Yeah.
Sats. I'm in
Yeah.
both. Anyway, I just had to jump in because this is just crazy, and I'm like in the middle of nowhere. But
What a day to be in the middle of
Wait.
nowhere.
Hey,
man.
I know.
You think this has more to do with not getting their fills for SpaceX than it has to do with the Iran news?
yeah, I think it's 80-20.
Wow.
Wow.
Interesting.
Wow.
That's very interesting. Well, I got some SpaceX shares allocated to me, and I'm going to sell them.
I saw
them
that.
today.
Yeah. So what do you
I got a
think?
nice
Luis Rodriguez was saying he thought you could see 300 to 500. That's a hell of a number.
I know.
way.
Yeah,
Really?
it is.
Right. You were saying something like that
What?
too.
Yeah, I was saying, I'm thinking around 300 plus.
So where
That's
are you making these estimations from, Lewis and Rhett? How are you doing this?
I'm just looking at like how much it is. I was going off like the Cerebrus, so like the same like playbook as that. Looking at how much volume's coming in and all that other stuff.
But you're
Oh,
talking
okay.
about big numbers here. That's
Yeah.
It's a little different. Yeah.
55,555,000 shares or whatever at at 300 is a hell of a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. So we'll see.
Yeah, okay. I just had to stop in. I mean, I freaked out. My wife's like, you gotta like just settle down. So I had to talk to you guys. But that's what I see.
Maybe-
Okay.
Thank you. Awesome. Well,
Awesome.
who knows? Maybe that'll save my day. 'Cause I
Enjoy
gotta-
your travels, laptop travel.
Thank
Hey,
you,
thanks
laptop.
so much. This has
All
been
right.
like an epic vacation, and
Awesome.
I'm watching on the sidelines. I just don't have good service or anything, So,
Awesome.
all right, take care,
Enjoy.
folks.
Take care.
All right.
All right, take care.
All right.
See ya.
Well, let's see. Maybe that'll save my day because I have a few hundred SpaceX shares. And if they're up like hundreds of dollars, then yeah, I can make up for some of these other losses, guys. Ooh. Taking a bath, especially on the CIDU and the SATL, man. I had a lot of these overnight, unfortunately. Edwire will jump after the SpaceX. Yeah, I mean the script is so different here, right? Usually all these stocks would be running into the open and then dumping. Could the reverse happen here?
Let's see if this is the bomb.
Maybe the reverse can happen because everything's upside down with this IPO.
It's so crazy overevaluated.
Yeah, Rocket Lab.
Or
You know, my
not.
ass handed to me on Rocket Labs right now.
Yeah, STS not good.
Wow, Rocket Lab can hit the 50 DMA at 100
Wow.
bucks. Wow, I did not expect that today, guys. Did not expect 100 bucks. Look at this. How the hell are we going to do? Okay, here we go. Order book. Now you can see it. Now, $174 or indicated to open
174.
at $174. Yep.
Wow.
Let's see.
Let's see if the Qs can go up right here. It might drag everything with it, but Rocket Lab is just going straight down. Sats, I don't know either.
Rocket Lab going at 150 DMA. So that failed.
STS
At this point, I don't think it makes sense to sell Rocket Lab at 103 when it's going at 100.
Qs aren't really making it there, though, are they?
No.
Oh shit! I didn't freaking sell SATL. Fuck.
Let's see what happens.
I'm getting killed on all this stuff. I didn't sell SATL or SATL. SATL or SIDU. Shit. Oh my gosh. All right. So SpaceX.
Well, so that's dipping down even more right there. It looked like the Qs wanted to try to move a little bit, but who knows in this market?
Yeah, it's so hard trading them.
It's hard. I'm just trying to get an idea what the market even wants to do, but it might get.
I'm just gonna be totally fixated on the SpaceX Open, Sats, Rocket Lab, and SpaceX. That's all I care about right now. Unfortunately, I had these. I should have dumped Cydio and SATL earlier. Didn't do that. Wow, these are just extraordinary turnarounds in the space names. I mean,
huge dip.
wow.
Yep.
I'm not even look at this other stuff. All right, we're at 175 right now. So $350 in total demand, which is how many times over? 4.5 times oversubscribed. Indicated at 175. Redwire getting demolished.
Yeah. Destroyed. ASTS. So
I'm getting destroyed right now. Ooh, I'm down so much on Sats, motherfucker.
see if that's the bottom. It can turn around. Q's trying to do something, but they're not really that strong.
Look at Sats. Keep an eye on this.
Yeah,
Keep an eye on Sats.
maybe it gets rolling here. Maybe the market tries to turn around right here.
Now at 118, I got to pull out the sheet here. Okay, 118 Sats is basically the worst case pricing for 135 IPO. This is a great buy. If you believe SpaceX will hold 135, if you believe SpaceX will hold 135 into Tuesday next week, this is a screaming buy. Lewis, Rhett, you guys are the ones giving predictions on SpaceX pricing. Do you think SpaceX can hold 135 by next Tuesday?
SpaceX shared indicated open at 174 in NASDAQ.
Yeah. Do you think it can hold 135 by next Tuesday?
I don't know. That's hard to say.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if it can, Sats is a screaming buy right here. You might not get paid till next Tuesday when the ARB funds kick in. But right now, this is the worst case. This is the worst case NAV. The worst case NAV is 118.90.
Qs are trying to move, and Sats is trying to curl up right here through the 20. So let's see what happens.
118.90 is the worst case NAV.
Redwire looking a little better in ASTS. Let's see. Can this market get turned around? Qs are running up right here a little bit. If it can break through this 50 on the minute, it might go move.
I'm laser focused on Sats and SpaceX right now. And I just think it's too late to dump Rocket Lab close to this.
Yeah, well, it looks good.
I'm just gonna have to hold that.
We might. Let's see if we get a complete recovery here. It's not like that we've never seen it happen before.
Oh yeah, we have seen it.
So the Qs are ripping through to 50, just going up right now. And
by the way, 175. If it can hold 175, the worst case NAV for Sats is 144. So 144 is the worst case NAV at 1. But I don't expect 175 to hold by next. Personally, I don't expect it to hold by next Tuesday. Like any crazy numbers we see.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a decent chance it holds a nice amount over 135. Hopefully by next Tuesday, which makes Sats really interesting here at 118. Any other opinions? Put them in the chat. Do you think There's a question. Do you think SpaceX can maintain at least 135 through next Tuesday?
What do
Put
you
in
think,
your-
Lewis Rodriguez?
Everyone, Lewis and everyone else, put in your thoughts there. Lewis says, the structural mechanics of this specific IPO make a drop below 135 in the first few days of trading almost impossible, even if the underlying fundamentals are stretched. Because the offering was massively oversubscribed, millions of retail investors who requested 50, 100, or 500 shares woke up to find they only received a tiny fraction of their order. There is an enormous frustrated pool of retail capital sitting on the sidelines with cash ready to deploy. When the stock officially clears its opening auction later this morning, that pent-up FOMO demand will rush into the open market, creating a massive wave of immediate buying pressure. That's low. If that's the case, if you think that 135 is holding, I'm not taking the loss on Sats today. I'm holding it here at 118, and you can see this really explode into early next week when the ARB funds are going to be able to do their thing. Okay, and then we also
Wow,
have
did NBIS just explode? Holy shit.
The Qs look like they want to run up real quick here.
Okay, cool. I did get back to NBIS.
And I'm telling you, SAT looks like it wants to run. I think we might see some kind of wild turnaround right here. It might be interesting. ASTS, Redwire all look good. The SAT's looking okay, but it could get curled up. And the Q's are ripping up there.
Look at bull ripping. Look at bull ripping. I'm in that. I bought calls at the open.
Oh, yeah.
For next week. 650s I bought for like 47 cents. Look at NBIS. Wow.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine if NBIS hits the target for today, which was 250?
Can you imagine like ASTS and Redwire and all these fly? Because they all look pretty good at the moment.
We're still indicated. We're still indicated 175.
Qs are running up right now.
We're still indicated at 175.
Let's see. Back. Looks like it's rolling up there. 720, 718.
Sorry, guys. I'm just reading a little bit of. Oh, look at bull just exploding.
I think the blue Qs are going to try to run up to
look at NBIS exploding
right here.
Yeah, I didn't have the guts to buy calls on that Q dip.
Man, I should have left those NBIS.
I guess the Q's running up a little bit. See if they can get up to that spot, up to that 718. They're looking pretty strong. Maybe it's going to be a turnaround. I don't know.
Rocket Lab and SAT's failing right here.
Yeah,
NBIS is the only thing I have that's working right now. None of the space stocks are working. None of them.
That's crazy.
Oh, Bull's also working. So Bull and NBIS are working out of our top picks. SpaceX, the number here is still at 175. It's 10 a.m.
Yeah. Is there any clue when they would open it up?
I mean, they're targeting now 10 a.m. But usually these things take many hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little while. So we'll see. We shall see. You may probably be during your.
I think it might be 1 or 2 p.m. But wow, Sats is getting murdered.
Yeah, it is.
A Rocket Lab.
Trying to crawl up.
Q's just flipped to green.
Q's going up.
Flipped to green.
Wow.
NBIS high a day. Yeah, I'm getting murdered on the space stocks today.
Wow, MBIS.
Any updates here? Still at 175.
Q's trying to push a little higher here. Let's see if they can break up and keep rolling.
Sats getting destroyed. Low day.
Holy
Yeah.
Let me pull up my spreadsheet again. Okay, so 116. This is a screaming buy here. If you think 135 will hold, because this is equivalent to 130 on SpaceX in the worst case modeling. In the worst case modeling, this is equivalent to 130 on SpaceX. And the ARB funds will make sure that gap closes. So I'm being taken a woodshed right now on Sats for the moment. It's a good thing my call options expire next week on it, and not this week.
Yeah, mine expiring.
going back. What's that, Rhett?
I said the ones for this week that I had got crushed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Still indicated at 175.
Q's want to go a little higher here. They're trying. Can they pull the whole market? That would be amazing, but I don't know. I'm not so sure. But they are going up a little more. Look at that.
MBIS high a day. I'm still in that. I have a 250 target for it.
Bull is now down. Bull took a reversal.
Okay, yeah, not crazy though. It's
Not too crazy, but
yeah.
look
still
at
looking-
Q's
still looking
ran
good.
right up to that 718.
Okay, MBIS still pushing high a day.
Q's
I wish I had a
ripping up.
bigger allocation. Rocket Lab is trying to break this downtrend line here. Q's pushing higher, high a day. We just need these space stocks to come back here. Still in the Fubo is if you like the swing idea, there's a great opportunity if you have the right time frame here. I have a swing target of 11 to 1170. 11 to 1170 on Fubo. Could be a good opportunity there.
Q's ripping.
MBIS ripping. Qs are ripping.
I'm telling you, Sats looks like it's trying to get set up. Rocket Lab's trying to move. Red Wire's trying to go. Maybe we're going to see a big turnaround here because the Qs are trying to get up there. Look at them go. There you go. 719.
Let's go. Maybe my target will be correct on the morning note. What did I say? 721? Is that 721 to 725? 721 to 725 target on the Qs for today. I wish I listened to myself and bought calls. I have a couple calls that I bought yesterday, 720 calls. Man, my account is down so much, I'm not going to look at the account value.
Let's see, are the Q's going to hold up here or are they going to try to look like they're pretty decent?
Still just seeing 175 indicated for SpaceX.
And Sats just hanging out down here. Rocket Lab moving back up. Red Wire moving up.
Check the options activity here. There might be a lot. Oh, there it is. Let me check June 18th.
Q still trying to inch a little higher here. Yep. That's it's trying.
MBIS high day.
Q's over.
Stats 116.50.
IWM looks like it could come down right there. IWM was ripping up today.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it looks like it might give a little bit right here. How about, what do you think? It's pretty strong though, huh?
I'm taking a profit on MBIS here.
Q's still running up here.
So from 230 to 237 on NBIS. Maybe I'll revisit it.
The space stocks are
Maybe it
not.
goes to 250. We'll see. 250 is the target. I have a lot of NBIS in my long-term accounts. So I'll capture the upside there if it gets to 250. SpaceX still, I'm single 175 indications.
175.
If anyone sees any updates on the indications for SpaceX, that something more than I'm seeing from social media.
Trader Joe, a big day because of MU. What did MU do?
No. Trader Joe's always killing it in our Discord.
You don't see any
Well, MU, well, right.
any other updates yet?
So 175. Sat's trying to curl here.
Yeah.
Okay, Sats, come on. At this point, Sats is more of a swing into Tuesday, which I think I might do. Who knows? Maybe it explodes today.
ISTS looking better. Red wire, I'm telling you, they look pretty good. They want to try to run.
Yeah. Wow, someone bought 30 mil worth of MU calls.
What? Is that Trader Joe? So I just said it was a good day because of MU?
Yeah. Just came out. SpaceX remains in pre-launch status. NASDAQ anticipates SpaceX IPO to open for trading shortly.
Shortly, huh?
They always say that.
I know. What's that even mean? What's
5
shortly?
hours from now,
I really wouldn't be
Maybe 3
surprised to
days.
see it happen between 1 and 2 p.m.
We have a nice audience today, almost 1,000 people tuning in.
Oh, nice. How was everybody?
29 comments.
Space getting destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And my Fubo's getting destroyed too. Still seeing 175 here. Oh boy, I'm getting destroyed.
DIS pulling back.
Qs were just dipping down a little. We'll see if they can bounce back. That's just getting destroyed.
Yeah, I'm down bad on that.
Oh, I'm down. So I probably gave up all my gains on Sats.
shit, MBIS
fine.
falling back pretty hard. MU just continuing to rip.
Yeah. Just Trader Joe bought $20 million worth of shares.
Let's see, anything else exciting?
Yeah, not a whole lot. I thought it was going to be a lot more fun of a day.
Yeah,
Well, it still might be once
It
SpaceX
still might
opens.
be, yeah. It's still
yeah. We'll
Well,
see.
we have interviews coming up and all kinds of good stuff like that. Keep the day entertaining. Q's
Yeah,
look like
for
they
sure.
might dip down here, right?
It looks like they want to try,
Yeah,
but I don't know.
I don't know either. They're kind of strong. That's why I don't want to say grab some puts because I don't want it to turn around on everybody.
No, yeah, you got to be careful in this market. I want to try
Yeah,
to
it's a
play
little
those. You can have a Trump tweet. I mean,
anything. Anything can happen.
Still just seeing 175 here.
yeah. Looks like things want to just continue back up.
Yeah, they do. It looks like it.
Yeah, everything except the space stuff.
Except space.
Yeah.
The Q's right there look like they're trying to.
Worried about sats here. Needs to start curling.
Yeah. It sure does.
Big question again: is it going to hold 135 by next Tuesday? Right? If you think it is, then I would hold it. If you think it is, I would hold it until early next week.
Oh, come on, Sats. You are not looking good, ASTS. They were looking good for a minute there, but
Q's
not
looking
anymore.
good.
Q's could try to roll back up a little more. There you go.
How long do we have to sit here and wait for this? It's hitting the target. Q's are hitting seven. Our target was 721 to 725 for today.
Yeah, morning no panel.
Well, morning no correct.
Mm-hmm.
Me
How
getting
that?
chopped out.
What?
Me getting chopped out at MBIS near the lows.
Oh,
Look at that.
Wow, look at the Qs. Look at the
they
Qs.
look like they want to rip, huh? Can they take Sats with it?
Sats is all about SpaceX.
I know.
It could be retail selling their space stocks in order to raise capital to buy SpaceX. Maybe, I don't know. Starting to get a little bit of a move here. Curl and set.
Mm-hmm. It is.
City curling. Lunar curling. Looks like these space stocks looking much better.
Yeah, they want to run. They were trying to get set up there, so.
Looks like they're getting ready to go.
Qs look like they're going to give any minute here, Rhett. I don't know
Yeah.
why. All right. Maybe the Qs drop and the space stocks go up.
Sats. Carolyn here. Rocket Lab's weak. I'm surprised Rocket Lab's this week with the NASDAQ 100 inclusion. Really surprised at that because the RSI is also low.
Mm-hmm.
So this was so far busted call. I mean, the levels we gave out, but for regular hours, so far busted. Busted play. I just can't. I don't know, man. I just can't sell it here when you have support at the 50 DMA. It's just too close to there. I'd rather just swing it. I don't know. Problem is, I have some Rocket Lab calls I bought yesterday expiring today. Those are basically worthless. Sats above this 51-minute trend line right now. Starting to look good.
Yeah, any updates?
Mm-hmm.
SPCX still at 175. Man, I have to use the restroom, but I'm worried that when I leave,
Something's gonna happen.
I'm gonna miss the SpaceX.
Bring your
opening.
phone. Just bring your phone with you.
Yeah, we'll text you.
Oh yeah, I always do that. Don't worry.
You'll have to like run back.
Q's still trying to go up here, huh?
Anything else happening? It's exciting.
Q's look great.
Mm-hmm. Look at IWM ripping.
Did it hit all-time new highs?
IWM?
Yeah.
It might have. Yeah, I think it did actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my prediction on the morning note there.
You got it.
Yep.
Yeah, new all-time highs. IWM.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on, I'm on the weekly. Let me go to the daily. Yep. We got it.
Oh, another prediction came true.
Yeah.
Use.
Space sucks not yet doing what I wanted them to do.
No.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Sats, the healthiest one, curled before everything else. Rocket Lab now following.
Mm-hmm. They were all trying.
Is it crazy to buy Rocket Lab 0 DTEs right here?
I don't know. I'm down a decent amount on.
Yeah, that's a problem. I'm down so much. I don't want to throw QQQ dump.
Yeah, I was saying that, wasn't I? They kept looking like they wanted to, but for some reason they're not. And I only think it might be that minute right there, and it might pop right back up. I don't know. They're looking pretty strong.
All right, let me use the restroom. I'll be right back. I'll leave it on Sats.
Yeah, you guys got an interview soon, don't you?
11.
Yeah, we do. At 10:20. Oh, Ben, check your phone. I sent you some stuff.
What do you mean 10:20? It's at 11.
I mean, it's 10:20 now. It's at
Oh.
but the interview's at 11.
So yeah, if you want to stick around, it's gonna be a quick interview, and then we'll continue live trading after that, Dougie.
Yeah, I actually have to run to Dougie's kindergarten graduation, but I'll be as soon as it's over, I'll be back. Yeah, what an interesting day for everyone. Laptop travel to nowhere. I have kindergarten graduation on SpaceX IPO day. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Couldn't have timed it out all better if you tried.
What did those calls end up running to?
Things were dipping. I was right when I said the Qs looked like they wanted to dip down there. Look at that. They gave.
500K calls come into CoreWeave. People selling everything by SpaceX. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, that's what we're seeing. Q's dump here.
Mm-hmm. I was saying it looked like it wanted to. It might not go too far, but it could. Could try to bounce back right here. Sats, that's still, I mean, the 20's trying to meet up with the 50. It's trying to push it up. It's just really struggling here, but it does look good on the 5. And the 15 do look really good, right? So based on that, and the 20 meeting the 50 on the minute, I think it's going to run right here. So it looks like it wants to.
Let's see.
ASTS is pulling back right there. Red line.
Yeah, market pulling here a little.
Mm-hmm. Guess I was right when I said them Qs wanted to dip down, huh?
Yep. Yeah, look at that. Let's see where we head down to.
Yeah.
If you guys have anything we want to look at or check out, just feel free to drop it in the chat over in
Pop it in there and let us know. Sats, space stocks. I know they're. It does look like people are willing. And I went through all these scenarios on my show last night and this morning. It's kind of saying these things.
Now they're popping back up, Dougie.
But it looks like Sats wants to roll here.
Large Tesla calls coming in too. I saw someone bought $24 million worth of the 435 calls, 12/18 expiration. Wow. Let's see what that did.
Dude, I'm down so much on Sats today.
It's me and you both.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm trusting the spreadsheet.
That curling here.
If I had any balls, I'd buy.
US got down 2 Iranian drone attacks last night. CNN citing defense official.
You know what? I'm gonna buy some Rocket Lab calls for next week. With this Nasdaq inclusion news. Find me a good contract. What do you like next week on Rocket Lab?
Let me see.
Should I go out? I don't really.
Probably like the 110s.
Yeah, I was looking at the 110s.
Yeah.
At like $6.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I don't love the chart just yet.
Yeah, I don't like it.
115 has some interest too, but yeah,
It's more that like Sats is curling. Like Sats and Rocket Labs are my top 2 plays on this SpaceX IPO. So I'm like, Sats is curling. Maybe Rocket Lab will follow. That was kind of my thinking right now. But if you look at the daily chart, I don't really like the Rocket Lab daily chart right at the moment. SpaceX, it moved down from 175 to 174.99.
huge pull down there.
Ooh.
That's the dip opportunity on SpaceX.
Look at the SPCL.
What?
Look at this SPCL, someone's saying.
Is that the ETF? That's a SpaceX ETF, yeah. Whoa, it's open? Holy shit.
How'd that open?
I don't know that this is open.
Me either.
Whoa, they already opened. The SpaceX
ETF.
Is this a SpaceX ETF? What's Space Daily?
Pure space. I'm not sure if that's just SpaceX.
I think it's SpaceX.
I'm not sure.
Because they said it's going to be launching on the first day. Space Daily. How the hell is this ETF? I think it's a SpaceX. Wow, we missed an up there.
Yeah.
It might be better than Sats. It's proven to be at the moment.
Yeah.
Looks like it right now.
I didn't even have this on my radar.
Me either.
I saw some news about it that'll be trading the first day, but I didn't think it would trade before SpaceX opens.
Yeah.
I didn't even bother looking it up. All right, we're down to 174.15. Dropped another 85 cents here.
Oh, it's dipping now.
174. Dropped $1 from 175 to 174 now. Wow, I did not know this thing was going to trade before SpaceX. That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. That is crazy.
NBIS looking great, pushing high day. No longer in that.
Qs might get pushed down. Let's see. They got to crawl up right here. Sats, come on, get curled up right here. Let's get running like a monster.
At this point, the
yeah.
stats is a Monday, Tuesday play for me at this point. If it goes up today, it's a bonus. But I'm positioning now. I'm going to play this into Tuesday, I think. I mean, if it looks like SpaceX is going to lose 135, then I'll bail on it at the end of the day. But if we're going to be trading well above 135 into the close, then I'm going to hold sats into next Tuesday.
Sats Tuesday instead of Fat Tuesday.
Yeah.
Lots of space names in that ETF, but it includes SpaceX.
Wow. New ETF which just launched, huh?
Yeah. That
That's
was the right day to do it, huh?
Wow, Virgin Galactic is down 24%.
Huge. That's because people realized it wasn't SpaceX.
Yeah, there's a lot of people dumping their money into that. Look at this, MBIS now high a day. Wow.
Oh, man.
Yeah, 250 was the
dumped that.
target.
Jesus.
I think I might chase it higher.
And you dumped that, didn't you, Rhett?
Yeah.
You dumped that off? Damn.
All right, just chase NBIS higher. SpaceX 174.50. It's not moving around much between 174 and 175.
IWM popping up right there a little bit. The Qs, they look like they might try to go up a little higher here. They're holding themselves.
Fubo failing on me. I actually bought this again in pre-market, motherfucker. And I have call options for next week. My target's failing on that. Shoot.
That was the best I did, right?
Nice.
Yeah. That's all right.
Are they coming? Oh.
Sats is a just a real slow one right here. Not going anywhere. ASTS not moving. They actually look like they want to. It looks like something wants to happen. I don't know if they just want to go straight down. I think they do. ASTS does look like it wants to go down, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
City curling, lunar curling.
That's what I'm saying. They're like curling up right now.
HASY, red wire. Starting to see some
They're
more
not
constructive.
Hey, CRV up, Cracker Barrel going right now.
CBRL. And that one wild. There you go. That bad boy popping up some more. Good old Cracker Barrel.
Just make sure it's put this news out yet.
I wonder soon if we'll get it as soon as it IPOs.
What's that?
As soon as SpaceX IPOs.
What are you gonna do?
Well, I wonder what the initial reaction of the
Yeah,
overall
you know what?
market-
Like usually, as I said, usually the proxies trade up into the opening, and then they sell off when it opens. I wonder if we see the opposite reaction.
Opposite happen here? That would be interesting.
Because
Wouldn't
so far it's the opposite.
it? I know.
And,
Stats is dipping
Yeah.
back down.
you know, and this is
Maybe people
definitely-
realize they can't get in and they start buying all these ones, or at least
I don't know, but
Sats.
it's definitely an unprecedented
It's a weird day.
unprecedented IPO, so it might just do the opposite of what usually happens into an IPO run up. So that's definitely a possibility. Crazy. We're down
Yeah.
to 170 now. We dropped so far from 175 to 170. Don't love seeing that. That might be why you're seeing this little drop in sats right now.
So it's dropping right now.
Might be related to this $5 drop. Are there any media updates on the price or time of when it's going to open?
I don't see anything yet.
No. No
Well,
updates
someone
yet.
just posted SpaceX opens. It said just in SpaceX opens at 172. I don't know where that's not true. It's not opened. It's not open yet.
Look at Redwire up and to the right now. For some odd reason. And ASTS looks
There's
like
a
it
few of
wants.
them. They're curling.
Yeah,
Planet Labs as well. ASTS, yeah.
it's trying.
Lunar, Saddle. They're all trying. They're all trying to curl up now.
They are.
Rocket Lab also.
That'd be crazy if it does the complete opposite.
Yeah,
In
I
that
mean
case,
they've already kind of had a sell off here. It might really do the opposite
yeah,
of what we're used to. It's
run right back up there.
This has been a difficult IPO trade. If it doesn't work out, it'll be the first one I got wrong ever.
The Q's running right back up here. IWM and SPY look good.
Yeah, look at that. MBS running again.
I think I got back in. That one.
IWM probably is going to make a new high a day.
Probably. Looks like it wants to.
Rocket Lab pop. I didn't have. All right. Are we buying calls now? Dude, I think I gotta get calls on Rocket Lab.
We get Redwire, guys.
I'm getting calls.
Yeah.
I'm getting the calls for next week now. June 18th, 115. It
Or
was.
we-
It was 110. Which one did we want?
Yeah, look at
110?
holy cow.
What?
Look at CoreWeave. CoreWeave is performing really well.
Yeah, Nasdaq 100 inclusion.
Yeah, that
All
was
right, I
the
just
one-
bought some 110 calls for next week on Rocket Lab. At market, I don't know, somewhere between 650 and 675 or so. I am putting some good money after bad on that right now because I loaded up Rocket Lab earlier at like around 115. Pretty big position. So, and I'm down on today's calls, so I don't necessarily advise that, but I did it.
Let me put this here. I gotta make a banner.
Sats, it looks pretty good. It looks like, and that would be so crazy if the complete opposite happens and these things go ripping after SpaceX IPO.
Yeah.
So that'd be insane.
Yeah,
Looking at these charts right here, I mean, I could see it happening.
I know. You got to almost make that your
Think
base case
opposite.
now because so far, like I said, so far the opposite has happened.
Yeah.
And this
Think
is
backwards.
Unprecedented IPO mechanics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at
So,
SIDU. Holy cow, that looks really good right now.
still in that one. I sold half of it for a loss earlier. Yeah, everything's coming back. We're down to 169 now. So far, it's been dropping from 175 to now. Let's ask Lewis with the mechanics here. He had the strong opinion. Lewis, looking at these early indications, does it change your opinion on your price targets on SpaceX today? So it was initially 175 and now 168.75. And these changes are much smoother and within smaller increments than they usually are. Here you're dealing with a couple $1 trillion valuation. Usually these IPOs, they're jumping around the level 2 pretty significantly. Here, it's just been smooth and steady incremental changes from 175. It's been walked down to 168.75. So, no, Mohammed have not traded yet. SPCX, that's what I'm looking at. You see it's listed today. IPO price 135. We're looking at the indications right here, which is 169. So, Lewis, what do you think? Does this change your thinking at all in terms of what can happen? It's a big valuation. It's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe this is, this price discovery for the opening cross a little bit smoother and more incremental than I'm used to seeing with other IPOs. If there's anything you can glean from that, definitely share your thoughts.
Let us know, Louis Rodriguez, if you're still on.
For the moment, destroyed. Air up 5%. IWM high day. MicroStrategy up 4% high day. Bitcoin must be killing it. Oh man, the whole market's ripping except the frickin' space stocks.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
I'm in the wrong thing right now. Let's see if we can turn it around. It's like my entire account is focused on the space stocks right now.
Redwire is the one that looks decent right there for some crazy reason. What the heck do they have going?
Wow, it's only down 5% now. That's like the best performing space stocks right
I
now.
know.
At only down 5%.
Down for 5%. It's like a for that right now. It's kind of crazy. What happened on the screen?
Sats looks not fun.
Zipping back down where it should have stayed up there. It's not looking good here. Q's dipping down too.
Because at 118 sats, that implies
Q's getting rejected.
It implies a SpaceX valuation of below 135. That's what 118 implies. But of course, this is not going to be pinned until next Tuesday. So it's not going to be efficient, let's say. It's not going to be an efficient ARB until next Tuesday.
Seeing a lot of stuff starting to roll over here, guys.
Yeah.
Looks like it, huh?
Oh, wow. Q's just dumped.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Am I going to sell my NBIS here? Shit. Oh, shit. I quietly got some Q calls a bit earlier, and now I'm getting crushed on them.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I probably shouldn't bother with that today. Just focus on
No, I want to focus on the indices.
Yeah, it might be tough.
Individual.
Just too volatile.
I tell you what, the MBIS position, that was good. 250.
Wow, everything's dumping.
Mm-hmm.
Sats is dumping too. Rocket Lab is dumping. Oh, shit. I may have to protect my capital. Shit. I think SATL is going to have to go finally. Damn. All right. I'm out of SATL now, too. Problem is I have a lot in Sats and Rocket Lab. And I didn't sell all of Cydio yet. Big Q dump. Bull dump.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Frickin' I bought Fubo this morning. Damn it. Where's support on this? Right at support. I'm not gonna dump it here. Come on, 168. We have any thoughts from Lewis? Hmm. Hmm.
No thoughts from Lewis yet.
Yeah, he might be working.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this Rocket Lab just killing me today.
I think the sets sell off. I mean, AST, the Qs sell off more here.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
Oh,
Fubo just killing me. Oh boy, man, another tough day here for me. So much freaking volatility.
Yeah, this market's too crazy, huh?
Yeah. Well, the good news is if this continues to get worse for me, and if SpaceX dives to 135, then Sats is still worth at least $118, even if SpaceX dives to 135. So I'm going to hold the Sats over the weekend at this point. SPCL is suspended.
Oh, wow.
Nasdaq's going to be like, how do you
How did that open?
How do you have the right trading that if SpaceX isn't open yet? I don't know. Is that what's happening? I don't know. Weird. SPCL.
Yeah, that's crazy.
people probably targeting it online.
Yeah, it was probably a big old pump. I didn't see anything about it, so I have no idea.
Rocket Lab's going to 100. Dude, all these space stocks are just getting.
Elon just retweeted a little bit ago the rocket emoji under Morgan Stanley's post of today. SpaceX makes its public market debut.
Sats is getting destroyed now.
Yeah, it is.
Rocket Lab Sats. Oh my gosh. I think I got to sell Sidu now too. Mother fricker. I'm taking so much pain. All right. I guess I'm going to try to make my space money back on Rocket Lab and Sats. That's it. Not these other shitco's.
All right, I'm going to get going because I got to.
All right.
All right.
Sounds
Yeah.
good, Dougie.
Good luck with the interview. I'll check
Thank
it out
you.
later, and I'll hop back on when I get back.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, everybody. Have a good SpaceX IPO day.
Appreciate it.
See ya.
See you guys.
Bye.
See ya.
Low day on a lot of space stocks. Yeah.
Yeah, the Q's pulling hard here.
Wow. Q's rejected so far at the 20 DMA. Look at that. 20 DMA rejection on the Q's.
Yeah.
Let's look at TLT. Down, rate expectations up. Oil is back into the green. IWM hit an all-time new high and pulled back. It's so strange how IWM is so strong. If the concern is oil and rates, you wouldn't think IWM would be so strong. SpaceX, we've now pulled back all the way from 175 indicator open to 166. Not going in the right direction right now.
No. No, we want to see that going the other way.
Maybe that's why you're seeing some continued weakness in the space stocks. 166.
Now it's indicated to open at 166 to 168.
Now it's 165. It keeps getting walked down. 165 now.
Damn.
You have access to this order book? You see where I get this data?
Yeah. I was looking at it. I see it.
So when I'm doing the interview, If you see any changes to that, just jump in and let us know.
All right.
Wow. Oh my gosh, I started making a comeback after some major losses recently. Started making a comeback yesterday and
Yep.
killed again today because I stayed heavy in space stocks overnight, thinking they'd run until the opening and then dump, but they dumped before the opening. That's usually doesn't happen. So my playbook didn't work this time. First time ever for an IPO. First time ever for an IPO. I didn't do the usual.
Yeah, let's see what happens here with the market. Maybe it tries to curl up here, but I don't know.
Didn't kill the Fubo.
So we have less than 10 minutes now until we have the Boxabl founder interview coming up here at
Is he also the CEO or just the founder?
Founder and CEO.
Okay. My Fubo trade idea is failing. What?
It's a father and son duo.
I'm interviewing both of them?
No, just the son.
Oh. What's the father do?
He's also involved in the company,
I know.
like the CEO.
What?
Because
So who's the CEO? The father or the son?
It looks like the father is the CEO and he is the co-founder.
Oh, he's a co-founder. Okay. So we're interviewing the co-founder. Well, this is a shitty situation for me so far. Now we're down to 165, from 175 to 165, and Sats is getting hit because of it. At 116, I mean, you're talking about an implied share price of $115 to $130 on SpaceX. That's what this is saying. Which I don't think it's really saying that. I think it's an opportunity. Someone just joined?
Yep.
Oh, okay. There we got 8 minutes left. Look at this volatility in the Qs and the NBIS. It's so impossible to trade.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's just crazy. This is definitely something right now. We'll see. All right. So we'll get right started at.
Oh my gosh! I tried Q calls a couple times today, and I freaking failed at it. Look at this. I was trying to play it because I have that 721 to 725 price target for today.
Yep.
But I'm buying the pops, not the dips, and then I've been selling on the dips, so it hasn't worked. It's just not. It's too choppy. I can't handle this chop.
Yeah. I see some people starting to talk about the NAV stats online.
Talking about what? The NAV?
Yeah, the net asset value for sats.
No, you should respond with our table.
All right.
You have it? I put it on social media.
It's in your.
Right. Oops. What the hell? Hold on. Can you stop sharing my screen for a second?
Hold on. Yeah, I got you. There we go.
All right. I gotta move this over. Okay, we're good. Yeah. If you could share this or respond.
Yeah,
Anyone who's talking about the nav, you could just respond with this matrix for them. Still indicated at 165. Oh my God, the Q's going right into my target range. Right into my target range, and I got snookered out of the call options. Holy shit, can you believe it?
Yeah, it's
This
crazy.
volatility. I couldn't handle that volatility. Jeez.
This market is nuts.
Wow. Everything's ripping except the space stocks.
Yeah.
Come on. Look at this. Look at this, man. Everything's ripping.
Look at CoreWeave. CoreWeave about to hit 103.
So it must have been more Iran news because USO dropped on that spike. Look at Intel. Look at Bitcoin. Holy crap. Let me check TLT. Yep. Bond spiking up. There must have been, that's a news headline. Bond spiking up, oil spiking down, sending the indices up. Right into my freaking target range, and I misplayed it multiple times here.
Such a tough market. All right, we have less than 4 minutes now till the interview, so get started on that here in a little bit.
And we'll be if there's any breaking news on the indication price for SpaceX, or if it opens or whatever, we'll be providing those updates during the interview. So stay with us, and then we'll return to live trading after the interview, covering this SpaceX IPO. I can't believe I keep getting shaken out. Like Q's going right into my target range, and I'm just unable to properly trade it because of the volatility. Should I try it again, or I'm going to get shaken out on the next drop? What was the headline that caused that? Do you know?
I just put in the chat, VIP Trading Lounge. I'm trying to do something really quick.
We got 3 minutes. Open source Intel here. 25 seconds ago. No, I don't see it. Must be on another account. Must be out there somewhere. It's definitely news related, Iran related.
Did you see what I put in the Discord?
No. What do you put?
Look at that. I put it there. It was a tweet someone put out.
Oh. Syed Abbas Arghachi. The Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding is ever closer pending its finalization. The media should refrain from entering speculation about its content. In line with a responsible and transparent approach, all details will be shared with the public in due course. Okay.
Awesome. So here in about less than 1 minute now, we'll do the countdown, and we will start the interview with Boxabl. Oh, it looks like we just lost some.
Oh, we just lost them. What happened?
I'm not sure what happened.
All right, so see if you can reach out.
Maybe he's back. Awesome. Sweet.
All right, 2 minutes.
All right, so we're gonna hit the countdown here. Do the clicker here. Looks like we are
wait for 10:59 and 30 seconds.
Yep. I will. Then we will get started. Awesome. Looking forward to this. What a great day to do an interview. All right. So I'm going to change these banners here really quick. All right. right, there we go. Countdown.
I'm gonna turn the I'll turn the
Yeah,
comments
I'm
off.
gonna turn the comments off.
Yeah, if anyone has any questions during the interview, you can put it in the YouTube or X, and then we'll display it on the screen if it's relevant.
All right.
Good morning. We're welcoming Galliano Tiramani to the show, co-founder of Boxabl. How are you doing this morning?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me on. And yeah, I'm from Boxabl, and we are working on mass producing houses in a factory at scale.
Yeah, absolutely. I've heard about your company. It's pretty, well-known brand, I think. Let me just fix her background. Rhett, can you change the background over there? It's showing the just put the normal background in the bed. It's bothering me over there. Fix that. Okay, that's perfect. Thank you. So yeah, I've heard of Boxabl for years, which is exciting because you guys are doing a SPAC merger with FGMC, and a lot of these SPAC mergers are with companies that are no revenue. I'm sure you have revenue. We'll talk about it, but like companies that are just very aspirational. And maybe one day, 5 to 10 years from now, right? Something with like nuclear energy or rare earth or something like that. A lot of this that, but it's great to see a SPAC merger with a quote unquote real company, right? Real company with a real product I've heard about for years. So that makes this pretty interesting. So
we're
Galliano,
much more.
Yeah,
I was going to say much more than an idea at this point. We've got our factory in Las Vegas. We've got 3 buildings, 400,000 square feet. We built hundreds of houses, and we think we have a big innovation that's going to help us reduce the cost of housing dramatically. That's the goal of the company.
Yeah. Okay, good. Cool. I definitely want to hear more about that. But just to back up a little bit, what's your position at the company?
I founded the company.
Okay. You're the founder?
I'm the CEO.
Oh, you're the founder and the CEO?
Yep.
Okay. I understand your father is also involved with the company?
Yeah, it was me, Paolo, and Kyle. We started the company back in 2017 just with the idea. Went through a few years of building prototypes, then ended up getting a big military contract and turned on this factory in Las Vegas.
Wow. Okay. Great. Yeah. So this has been a while, 9 years. So Boxabl itself, I want to learn a little bit more about your background, a little background information. Well, you said you started 9 years ago. Can you tell us where's the company located? How many employees you have? Just like high level background information about yourself, also your personal background, if you want to give it, and how and why you started the company 9 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, back then I was actually in Northern California on a marijuana farm. We had a hash oil lab and a marijuana farm. Paolo is an engineer, expert in 3D solid modeling. And Kyle, the other co-founder, had a background in family construction business. And then Paolo ended up building a modular house and experienced all the problems with construction in general and with modular housing, and came up with our initial innovation, which was to actually fold the house up so it can fit on a truck. Because all the other modern products are built in a factory, but houses are not, and there's big problems in the market as a result. We've got a 5 million housing unit shortage in the U.S. That's the number. So our solution was, let's make it work in the factory and just build houses the way we build everything else. And the first step to solving that was making them be able to ship cost effectively, because the reason houses aren't built in the factory is they're just too big to fit on the road, too big to fit on a truck. So our first innovation was fold up these rooms so they fit and they ship at the lowest possible cost. And what that's going to allow us to do is scale up manufacturing. because then we can serve a large geographic area from the factory and hopefully turn on a large scale mass production, like the same way we see automobiles, like a Ford factory or a Tesla factory is putting out one car every minute off those assembly lines. That's what we're trying to achieve with the houses.
Okay, and I understand you've done some business with Elon Musk regarding this. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, he ended up being our first customer,
Oh,
which is
wow.
cool. And we delivered a house to SPCX in Texas
Oh, wow. Okay.
early on in the company.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have a contract with Tesla as well.
Really? Wow. Okay. Well, very relevant given it's Elon Musk Day here with
Yeah,
SpaceX
what a
IPO
great
about
day
to
for
open.
that, for SpaceX. Awesome.
Yeah, crazy stuff. So, can you tell us more about these business arrangements you have with, I guess, SpaceX and Tesla?
I can't really say much more. We filed like a redacted purchase order, and then the house we sold him, I only really speak on what he said about it in interviews. So can't dive into it much more, but it's great to be able to work with those guys.
Have you worked with or spoken to Elon Musk directly yourself?
No.
Okay. So how did that happen? Why? How did he get interested? And what did he
I
say? You said
think
there was an interview.
I
What
think it
was his
was
comments about
Twitter.
that?
Yeah, it was
Oh, on
Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah, his assistant ended up calling me after seeing a video of our house early
Oh,
on, just back when we
okay.
had a few prototypes,
Uh-huh.
and they wanted to buy them.
Interesting. Okay. So you said there was an interview. Elon Musk spoke about it. You said there was some interview, or what can you share about his
Oh
stuff?
yeah, it was funny. So early on, when we put the house in Texas, a lot of people were speculating that it was our house, but we weren't supposed to say anything. There was an NDA, so we didn't say anything. And so everyone kept asking me about it, and I was like, sorry, no comment. And then eventually he went on an interview and kind of cleared up the rumors surrounding it. And so that's how that went down.
Okay, interesting. All right, cool stuff. So what can you tell me about first of all, let's cover the details of this merger. So
Yeah.
your FGMC. Can you tell us about this SPAC merger, how you came about that, why you chose them, and any other important details about this merger?
Yeah, we've done really well with retail. Wanted to continue to leverage that, and a bunch of other kind of small details that made sense to pursue that route. So we found this partner, which is FGMC. Now we've got the S4 cleared, the shareholder votes in, so we should be right at the finish line for this thing to go live, and we'll see what happens. I think it's been a great process so far.
Okay, so in terms of the timeline, is pretty imminent, it sounds like?
Yeah, I can't necessarily comment on anything else except that I think we're at the finish line. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then
it's all the boxes are checked. Like I said, S4, shareholder vote, etc.
And what can you tell me about the valuation that the deal was pegged at, and any proceeds you get from it?
We're around 3.5 billion.
Wow.
I believe we'll end up retaining about 20 million out of trust, and to date the company has raised about 230 million.
Wow.
We leveraged one of the most successful crowd funds ever done, raising that from over 70,000 investors. And the marketing and the awareness behind the company is just massive, and we think that's going to serve us well as a public company also.
I guess that's where I've seen you. I've seen some, I don't know if there was on TV or interviews on media, or maybe it was on social media, but yeah, I've seen about your company over the years that you were raising money for this effort. So pretty great, like, brand awareness. Great job doing that and doing that crowdfunding. I'd say it was pretty successful. I mean, maybe one of the most successful, because I don't really remember seeing this for too many other companies. They're probably out up there.
Yeah, I think we might be
Crowdfunding.
number one. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people resonate with the vision. They understand there's problems with housing. They understand the way we're building housing,
Mhm.
very old school. Pretty much everything else benefited, you know, from the Industrial Revolution, which was product manufacturing onto the assembly line, except for housing. They're still building houses one at a time, you know, using manual tools, the guys climbing on a ladder with a nail gun. It's slow and it's expensive, and there's big problems as a result. So we're saying,
Mhm.
hey, let's just build these things the way we build everything else. Let's model it after automobiles, because those factories are amazing, you know, advanced automation and robotics, massive assembly lines, dividing up the labor into stations where it becomes more efficient. So we're kind of solving all the friction points to make that possible. And frankly, it's a really ambitious endeavor, and it's really hard what we're doing. But at the same time, I think the upside is just massive if we pull this off. And it seems like, you know, things are going well so far.
Okay, great. And just so once again, it's ticker symbol FGMC. And when the merger gets consummated, it's going to switch to BXBL for those of you who want to put this on their watch list. Okay, so what can you tell me about? You said you've built a couple hundred houses. What can you tell me about? I mean, is there sales involved there? Do you have any revenue? And you know, how close are you to doing this at scale and really increasing your revenue meaningfully?
Yeah, so far we've been really focused on R&D, engineering, approvals. I think that's all kind of behind us now. We're approved in California, Texas, Nevada, Arizona, a whole bunch of states we're approved to sell these in. And, you know, we've been building them. We're starting off with our first product, which is the smallest size of room, like a box in our system. And then eventually we'll have different size boxes that are standardized that we mass produce that then connect together on site to build a range of different houses. So like single family apartments, pretty much most stuff we're going to be able to build with our system. But the first product that we've been running with and selling is called the Casita. So it's a 360 square foot little studio apartment, like roughly let's say a 20 by 20 box with a kitchen, bathroom in it. Everything's finished in a factory, ships to site, and sets up, you know, just a couple hours on site.
I just got to step in with some breaking news here. Just as we suspected, the NASDAQ announces that it expects a few more hours before SpaceX IPO can begin trading. We initially estimated around 2 p.m., 2 to 3 p.m. even on that. So that's turning out to be true. And SpaceX is now indicated to open at $160 above its IPO price of $135. It did get walked down here from $175 to $160 so far. So sorry about that little interruption. We got to give that breaking news to our audience, Galliano. So can you tell me about who's the target market? You know, when you in terms of the thing that immediately came to my mind are trailer homes. Is that, you know, are you trying to disrupt that at all? Or are these houses meant to go inside like neighborhoods and replace traditional homes inside like a standard suburban neighborhood?
Yeah, so this is a solution for 90% of builders who build in traditional site construction. And we're just saying to them, hey, skip that process, use our product instead, cut out months and months, cut out all these contractors and all this pain in the ass. And just skip right to the finish line with our product. So these are built to the regular residential building code. So they exceed the code of the house that you live in right now. The first thing we did was to target backyard accessory dwelling units in California, because that's gaining in popularity. About 20% of new construction California is a backyard house. So that's where we were targeting for that first product. But then we ended up selling it to military base housing, workforce housing, little communities around the country. So, you know, lots of different use cases for that first product, but it is just traditional construction. It's not necessarily targeting the trailer park type of market.
And then, I mean, are there foundations? Like how does this get like secured to the ground? How's that work?
Yeah, so there's a certain amount of work that would happen on site before our product comes in. So that's like foundations and utilities being ready to connect to our room modules. So our unit is compatible with most different foundation types, and then they just prep the site, and then we come and drop down the box, set it up, and you're good to go.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. And then what's the timeline in terms of building that then?
So we can build one out of our factory, every couple hours we can output a house. And then if somebody orders one, we have them in stock now, we're ready to ship. We're shipping houses. And so it's just a matter of the
Like on-site after the prep work's done by the contractor or whatever. So this gets delivered, and then what's the installation time after that?
Couple hours.
That's it?
Hours. Yeah. We're getting everything done in the factory because it's just so much more efficient there. The costs are so much lower. The quality is so much better by doing it in the factory. And so we're taking something that would take 6 months and we're getting it done on site, in less than a day.
I mean, are these ordered customized, or it's all just, one?
So we've been running with our, Casita product, which is a standardized product, and everything's the same. But now we just launched, and you can see it on our website under the developers tab, which is the rest of our system. So that's kind of semi-custom, where we produce these different sizes of room modules, and then they get customized on the interior, and then they get configured to create different styles of housing. So we can really create most things that the market needs.
And are these meant to be like, in terms of developers, is it meant to be like a whole community or neighborhood of Boxabl houses, or can any person living in their own neighborhood say, you know what, let me get this plot of land, or let me knock down my old house and put a Boxabl house right here? What's the thinking in terms of how that's going to be primarily used?
The way we're approaching it is with the first product, that small little casita house. That one we're targeting to everyone, including direct to consumer. So if somebody wants to buy one for themselves. But then with our new product lineup, which is all the rest of the types of houses, we're seeking larger customers. So for example, we just announced an order for over 100 boxes to build a community in Texas. So we're going after these larger communities, these larger orders. And
these are coming from developers?
Developers, contractors, people who have certain projects they want to do. And, our factory can do thousands of units as it stands right now without expanding the footprint. So frankly, it's not going to take many orders to fill that thing up. And then we'll be out looking to grow the whole manufacturing.
Okay. And are there, I think you mentioned being approved in California. Are there like certain like permits or approvals you have to get on a state by state level, or is it town by town? How's that work?
Yeah, that was kind of something that slowed us down. We didn't understand how burdensome it would be to get those approvals. But now that we have them, it kind of puts us ahead of traditional construction and makes the situation easier for our customer. So if you're going to build a regular house, for example, you got to have your plans approved by the building department, and then you got to have the city inspector come out, multiple times during your job to check out your framing or check out your electric or foundation or whatever. So most of that is already happens either in our factory, and then the plans are pre-approved on the state level. So it actually makes the process better now that we have those state approvals.
You have the state approvals for which states?
We can sell in Oklahoma, Texas, California, Utah, Nevada, a bunch of others. We're working our way through it. We're targeting kind of the big population states first. And we already have a really big market where we can sell to. Like just Texas and California alone is a big chunk of the country.
And when you get these approvals at the state level, does that mean like individual, like where I live, every town has their own building department, right? Are they do they have to go with the state approval, or can they have their own,
There's a certain amount of approval that happens at the local level for zoning. But then as far as our building plans and inspections, that's already happened for our product because it's factory built.
Okay, so there's zoning on a local level, but in terms of once you have the state approval, then the
Yeah.
local municipalities, they're not going to question any further.
Yeah, it streamlines the
Yeah.
process a lot.
Okay.
But of course, what the local is going to do is say, okay, if I want to build a skyscraper in a residential neighborhood, they're
Right.
going to say no, and that's
Right.
zoning.
Yeah. That's
But
zoning.
as far as like plan approvals, that's already happened at the state level, and inspections
Mm.
already happens in our factory. And for example, in California, our products already qualified for reduced inspections, so all of our houses don't even get inspected anymore because of the fact that it's in a factory and it's standardized and we have quality control processes. They don't have to inspect every house we make. But traditional
Mhm.
construction, they're inspecting every house at multiple stages. So, lots of efficiencies we get along the way.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Very good stuff. And then let's get to cost. What's the smallest one? How many square feet is that you're starting with?
We would sell that for 60,000, 361 square feet. So
I'm sorry,
if you're
you
looking
broke
at
up.
like
Can
what's
you?
the cost
Sorry, you're breaking up a little bit. Can you
to
say that
build?
again?
Yeah, to build the casita, we're selling that for 60,000, and that's a 360 square foot house. And
60,000.
when we look at the competitors in California for those backyard ADUs, we're super competitive with those prices.
Okay. 60,360 square feet. And you have any larger ones in the pipeline? One of the larger ones going to be ready?
Yeah. If you go over to the website and you check out the developer page, you'll see the pricing for our new product lineup. We're advertising that at $99 a foot. So already we're lower cost than most of the traditional way of building. And really, we're just getting started with this. We hope by going public, we'll be able to get the resources we need to really scale and really push the labor costs down, because the bigger
let's look at
assembly
this.
line we get, the bigger factory we get, the lower the labor costs will go.
I'm on your website right now. So this is the casita. So this is the one that's 360, is it? 360 square feet?
Yeah, so that's the product we started
That's a
with.
studio.
That's
Okay.
the basically we have 3 box sizes, but this is a square box, and then we
Mhm.
stick 2 of them together to make the bigger ones. But then if you go back up to products, and then you look at developments, second tab. So this is our new lineup where we're building basically everything else.
Oh,
So
wow.
you can see those renders of
Wow.
them.
All these
and
are
then how the
Boxabl
boxes
homes?
come together.
All these houses are
Yeah,
Boxabl?
yeah. So those are renders based on the new system. So the new
Okay.
system is larger rooms that connect together to build a whole range of different products. So
Uh-huh.
basically what we're saying is, we've standardized construction, and so that it works in the factory instead of building custom, and then we can mass produce. And then because we can actually ship it cost effectively, we can have a large shipping radius from the factory, and then we can
Mhm.
actually get the houses, have a bigger factory because we can ship far from the factory. If that makes
Mhm.
sense.
Okay, interesting. So 2,000 square foot single family house. We're talking about 216,000. So how far are you away from being able to ship this type of product, single family?
So we have those built in our factory right now, and then as we work on these next orders, like if you Google news Boxabl Texas, you'll see we just announced, as soon as we announced this lineup, we announced our first order. It'll be for the community, and then we'll start on that. But that first product will be a pilot, and we'll customize a few things, and then we'll start filling it in with other orders.
Okay, you're rubber banding pretty badly there. So we got some of that, but so what can I see like a 2,000 square foot family home at $108 per square foot. I mean, at these prices, is it profitable for you? Like, what's your cost per square foot?
Yeah, we think we're all good on that. And really, I just look at the principles. Like, if you're comparing what we're doing by having a standardized factory assembly line, by using a technician labor instead of a skilled tradesman, by having automation and an assembly line, we just think that building out in the sun and the heat using a kind of a custom process with skilled labor is not going to be with an efficient factory. So then if you look at like what's the national average for construction with a comparable product, it's higher than our selling point there.
Okay.
But I think long term the plan is probably to not try and make a big profit, but to try and come out with a product that's such lower cost and case studies of successful projects that came out so far ahead that we show the market and the customers like, wow, we should really try this because why are we going to spend an extra 20-30% building the old way?
Okay. Yeah, just a quick, another little breaking news update. We got to let our listeners know about NASDAQ QQQ right into our target zone, 721 to 725. It's almost pushing towards 725. So market's really ripping now. So congrats if you followed us on that top pick on the QQQ that we put in a morning note. All right. So let's see. What else do we need to cover here? We're just have a few minutes left. Galliano, is there any Galliano? Did I say that right, by the way?
Yep. Yeah, Galliano. Okay. Yep.
Got it. All right. So any important things you want to convey, let people know about that I haven't asked you yet?
Yeah, I would encourage people to take a deep dive into what we're working on. We've been posting videos online since the beginning of the company, so you can check out on YouTube and see the whole progression of the company, all the different things we've been trying to do. We invite people to come and tour our factory in Las Vegas anytime, and check out our website.
Okay, that'll be great. You have on X. You're active on X, I assume.
Yep, I'm on there. Yep.
What's
Boxabl, and then my name, Galliano
Boxabl, your name here, Galliano Tiramani. I do have a question regarding all this crowdfunding that you did over the years, crowdfunding. Those people who were involved with that, what do they get? Are they getting shares in the company, or what do they get?
Yeah, so they're going to end up as common shareholders in the company.
Cool. Wow, that's fun for them. So it must be a lot of excited people right now with this coming up pretty soon with pretty nice valuation.
So over around 70,000. So
wow,
quite a big following. We've got millions of people watching us at this point.
And was that
followers on Instagram?
I'm not too familiar with crowdfunding, but 70,000 folks. Did this have to go by the same rules of like they have to be accredited investors to be able to do that?
So we did a bunch of different securities exemptions, including Reg D for accredited investors and also Reg A and Reg CF for non-accredited investors.
Oh, so non-accredited investors they got involved?
Yep.
Wow.
We just opened it up to everyone as much as we could.
That's amazing. Wow, that's really exciting. I'm thinking like I just recently for the first time this year got involved with pre-IPO investing, and it's pretty exciting for me. I have some SpaceX shares. I won't be able to sell it for 6 or 7 months, but so I've been feeling all that excitement getting into these pre-IPOs for the first time in my life this year. So I can imagine these 70,000 folks who probably don't have any other exposure. It's basically like an IPO, right? Through this reverse merger with the SPAC merger. 70,000 really excited people. I'm just curious, does the company have any sort of ongoing relationship with your investor community? Any kind of programs? How do you keep in touch with them?
We're in touch. They email us. We have a group on Facebook, Boxabl Investors. It's got 40,000 people in it. So I'm active in there, kind of keeping people up to date when I can.
Wow. That's very exciting. So that's coming up. Congrats on that. I mean, you guys have been super, super successful marketing this over the years. So I'm sure you're also pretty good at marketing your product to whoever you need to market it to with your website and to developers and things like that.
Yeah, we've really leveraged the interest, and basically we've spent, a lot of money building a massive factory that's now just starting to ramp up, and things really get really exciting.
And where's the factory, by the way?
Las Vegas.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that before. Just double checking. Las Vegas. Nice. Okay. We're here right at the end of the interview. Any final words for our watchers? We got over 1,000 people watching right now.
Thanks for checking it out, guys. What we're doing here, like I said, is really hard, and frankly, there's a risk we could fail completely. But if we do pull this off the way I want to, I think the upside is massive. This is $1 trillion problem all around the world that we think we have a solution for.
So much for joining us, Galliano. Again, it's ticker symbol FGMC. Looking for that merger to happen. Sounds like soon, over the next few weeks or months. It's going to switch to ticker symbol BXBL, Boxabl. So look out for that and stay tuned right here. Thank you, Galliano. Stay tuned, everyone else. We're going to continue right into our live trading of the SpaceX IPO. Thanks. All right. Well, that was very interesting there, Rhett. While we're gone, I mean, freaking, I had a good amount of Q calls this morning that I got shaken out of. I tried it 2 or 3 times, got shaken out of them. Back in them, I'm up on the most recent trade, but it hasn't made up for the losses. Right into our target zone, 720 to 721 to 725. Man, I wish I just played my index prediction. The morning note had it perfectly right. Unfortunately, I am loaded up in Stats and Rocket Lab for the SpaceX IPO, which you can see they're going down here. I think related to the SpaceX price keeps getting walked down. We're all the way down to 155 now. Luis Rodriguez, Rhett, you guys are the ones with the predictions on the pricing for today. What can happen with SpaceX? What are your thoughts now, seeing this walk down to 155 so far? Rhett, you're on mute. Can't hear you.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, so I was saying it's a pretty big, significant. I mean, we've never seen this big of an IPO before. So, I mean, there's a lot of moving elements to this. So, I mean, as we see, we're walking down, like we said. It's going to be a while. So we're going to sit here with you guys, chillax. Vin, like you said, is going to be ordering some Uber Eats for lunch. It doesn't look like it's going to be anytime soon. So
no, I did predict 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. is what I predicted earlier this morning.
Now we're at 151. So
it's still going down further. Shit. So 154 is what I see right now. 154. That is not great news for Sats right now. You see Sats going down. Let's look at 154. Sats worst case is worth $130. Midpoint case worth $150. So still well above here, but the problem is the trend, right? The trend is this has come down from 175 to 151. So if investors in Sats may be worried that trend will continue down into early next week when the ARB activity starts for Sats, and that's why this is trading down right now. Definitely not fun to see my Q targets hit. Man, I should just become like a macro trader. I've been so good on the indices. I'm always good on the indices, but I don't really trade the indices. I trade individual stocks despite my awesome index calls. And I've been just getting hurt really badly lately here on the space trade, unfortunately. So let's stay tuned and see what happens with this. Let me put the comments back up over here. Let's see. All right. You can see our disclaimer down the bottom over there. So the Q's right into the target zone. SpaceX now down to 150, only $15 above the 135 IPO price. This is not good, guys, as of now. Lewis, where are you? Lewis and Laptop Travel had some very bullish thoughts on where the pricing can go after it opens. I'm curious if your thinking has changed based on these indications that keep drifting downwards over here. So I'm taking on the chin.
Laptop is texting in the Discord chat, so we'll see what he
Yeah,
says.
my entire account is basically space stocks with some Webull and Fubo, and so you can see none of them are working.
Yeah,
Fubo
look,
doing what?
on Webull, the bid is 10,000 and the ask is $1. That's
No,
not
that
right.
doesn't mean anything.
No, I know. It's just funny seeing that.
Yeah. Hold on a second. SpaceX. Yeah, that's the order book level 2. So that's Webull. You have to get the national best bid and offer. I don't know what that's about. There's always crazy numbers when you do the level 2 order book, level 2 market data. But the subscription for the national best bid and offer, that's the accurate one. So now it's down all the way down to 150, only $15 now above the IPO price. So at $15 above the IPO price, you're talking about a valuation of a little under $2 trillion. So it's getting walked down, guys. And this is not good for my SATs thesis. Rocket Lab hopefully can bounce and run next week or something based on this NASDAQ inclusion. But SATs is entirely dependent on the pricing of SpaceX. Now, still, if you let me see, it's going down as we're speaking. 114. Let's bring up this matrix. So at 114, see, this is implying. I would guess like because this doesn't go down lower. I should have taken this down a little bit lower. But at 114, that's implying something like $115 to about $128. So it's saying the market thinks that SpaceX, either the market thinks SpaceX will be $115 to $128 by next Tuesday, or this is just a dislocation and a buying opportunity in SATs. It's one or the other. I guess take your pick, but definitely not playing out the way that I expected. Normally, you see these proxy plays run up during this price discovery period and then crash once it opens. Look at this. None of these space stocks really running up into this price discovery. Look at it. They're all crashing right now because of what we're seeing with the opening indicators, and I'm just getting crushed. But we might see the opposite happen now because of this unprecedented IPO. Instead of seeing the run up into it, we may be seeing a run up after it. Now, at this point, I'm just hoping,
Trump just reposted that guy's.
What's that?
You know that tweet that I put in the chat a little bit ago? With Seed?
With who?
With SEYED.
SEYED? What tweet about what?
Understanding has never been closer. Pending its violation, the media should refrain from
right.
about. Trump just retweeted it.
Oh, he retweeted that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fine.
Looked at a screenshot.
All right. A little dump in the queues right now. Wait, is it reacting to Trump? Did Trump say anything negative in that?
No, he just retweeted.
Okay.
I'm not seeing anything else yet on that. So we have over 1,000 of you tuning in right now.
Yeah, man, I'm getting absolutely creamed today. I mean, I loaded up too early this morning on Sats and Rocket Lab. Look at this. I'm just getting absolutely crushed. Absolutely crushed. I mean, this is going to be a killer. It might take me months to recover from this, to be honest with you. My account's probably down 10% or more today. I'm not even gonna look. After making a little bit of a comeback yesterday.
Good thing is the SpaceX IPO will be behind us after today, hopefully.
Q's continuing to dump on this Trump tweet over here.
Yeah, 724, almost $1 target it hit.
And this has been a particularly difficult stress period for my trading. Look at this. Look at the space stocks. I think, at this point, it's almost like re-rating. People are looking at this and they're saying, is SpaceX going to be able to maintain this 1.75 trillion valuation? And if it doesn't, right, because the basis for a lot of the run up in space stocks this year was basically this comparison that, hey, if SpaceX is worth 1.75 trillion, then therefore Rocket Lab is worth whatever, 200 billion, like something, if Starlink is worth whatever it's worth, then ASTS is worth this number. So right now, I think you're seeing this panic happen right now and a little bit of a re-rating downwards because people are looking at the indicators here, seeing that it's not going up, which is what you usually see with hot IPOs during this price discovery. It's now going down from 175 to 150, causing people to maybe re-rate the entire market cap of the whole sector, rethinking their thesis that perhaps perhaps it's not going to hold. Perhaps the 1.75 trillion is not going to hold, and then therefore everything down. I'm seeing what must be based on old information. Just got a notification from the CNBC app, which can't be correct. Oh yeah, they updated it. 150. Yeah, it's 150.
Yeah, it's 150 now.
Yeah, and it says stock could begin trading at noon. It says stock could begin trading.
Well, that's in 20 minutes. Let's see. I mean, everyone's saying soon.
So, dude, this is going to be really hard for me to claw back from. I was buying the dips and
holy cow! Look at this flow in Q calls.
I was buying the dips in Sats and Rocket Lab this morning, including call options on Sats and Rocket Lab. So
this is crazy.
I don't even want to look at my account value. Who knows? I might be down 15% or more. It's we'll see.
4. Wow, that's crazy. People are firing out right now on Q
What are they
call.
doing? Q calls? What expiry?
What not? I mean, we have right here the 6/12/2026, the 7/20 call, premium 910,000, almost a mil. Same with the 7/20s by 1.3 mil. A bunch. People are going out. Short dated, 0 DTEs, long dated, you name it, they're buying. Oh, here. So the market's selling off on this. Gulf oil supply cuts stand at 5 to 6 million BPD, much smaller than original estimate of 12 to 15. Someone's saying Google calls. Is he saying?
NBIS. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Am I in NBIS? Motherfucker. I am just getting killed every which way right now.
Really back here.
Oh boy. This is not fun. This is not fun. I mean, I threw in the towel on the ancillary space names, but I didn't throw in the towel on Sats.
CNBC says SpaceX trading starts in 5 minutes.
Who says that?
5 minutes to open.
Who says that?
CNBC. So
I don't know.
We'll see if that's true. If so, maybe shoot around for 1150. Yeah, all these are pulling back. Like someone's saying ASTS. Look at this. Wow.
Yeah, this is pretty nasty here.
Almost looks like that 200-day is a magnet at this point. 79, 76 on the daily.
In which stock?
For ASTS.
Oh, ASTS. Yeah, down 15%, man. Yeah, it is. That's a magnet.
Yeah.
Same with Rocket Lab at $100.
Yeah. Yeah, all of them.
I don't know. I'm looking at this and I almost feel like SpaceX might crash towards 135 at the open, which would cause those targets to hit, right? Which cause ASTS to hit that 200 DMA and Rocket Lab to hit the 50 DMA. I'm just getting absolutely destroyed right now after I made a killing on Sats yesterday. I stepped back in early this morning. I was selling in the 130s, 135, 138, but then I bought back at like 125 in size, bought calls. Shit. I bought same thing with the Rocket Lab. I sold that in the 120s. Then I bought it back at 115. So the gap fell. I'm getting absolutely killed, and freaking I've been trying to trade the Qs and NBIS a little bit, and right at the moment that's going against me. So this is a pretty terrible day. Probably worse than last Friday when I got killed on space stocks. Not good. Not good, man. Thank God I sold these other space stocks at least, but still I got way too much exposure and
All right.
Rocket Lab and Sats right now. Set to open at 150. Any comments from Laptop Travel or Lewis?
No, I'm watching. I'm monitoring. Not yet.
Thoughts? Yeah. What about your thoughts? You were thinking in terms of the price action. You had some predictions out there for SpaceX.
Yeah, the price action, I thought we were going to open a little higher just due to the demand of everything and the funds want to get in. I think we'll probably see initial pump, but just like the rest of these, I mean, there's going to be a lot of selling pressure coming in as well. The lockups will be happening, unlocking periods over the next 6 to 12 months. So with the stock, I mean, you'll see it pop up probably initially, but I mean, you're going to see a lot of selling pressure over the next few months. So I think we'll see a little pop and then just dump and fade, just like we saw with Rivian and the rest of these IPOs. So
Yeah, that usually happens. But in terms of the day one action,
day one action's kind of hard. I don't know. I think there'll be some funds that are going to be trying to come in and buy this, but we'll see what happens. I mean, this is such a big IPO, and I mean, the market value, I mean, is insane. So I don't know what to make of it. I mean, if it was smaller, I mean, maybe, but I mean, coming in at, I mean, at least 1.75 trillion. I mean,
so it sounds like you're backing off your earlier prediction.
Yeah,
you're talking about
just seeing
$300 today or something, right?
I mean, look, we could definitely probably pop up there to see an initial spike, people dumping in. But at the same time, I think I was expecting this to open a little higher, at least over 200. We're not seeing that.
No,
now.
we're open. We're open at 150.
Open?
Let's see how the space stocks react.
All right, SpaceX IPO open, guys. All right. There we go. You know, a little nothing crazy. SpaceX open.
Space
All right.
not reacting yet.
No. Seeing blocks of like 1,000, 2,000. A lot of selling right now, though. Interesting. Let's see what happens. Check online. Check the other ones. Sats. No, nothing.
No, they're selling.
They're selling off.
Selling off.
Everyone's just going to be focusing on SpaceX here.
Right. Well, this bodes well for Sats next week, I gotta say. If this is going up now, if everyone's dumping the other, this is what usually happens, right? They dump.
Yeah.
There we go. If they're dumping the space stocks to buy SpaceX, that's creating an even bigger arbitrage opportunity and valuation gap with Sats. And Sats could snap back really hard early next week. Once shorting is allowed on SpaceX, then you're going to see the funds short SpaceX and go long Sats in a big way. This can really rip. I might go deeper in this at the end of the day. I might buy more sats calls for next week.
Let's see. Oh, here we go. Flying up. 157. Seeing some blocks come in. Wow. Elon Musk, guys, just became the world first trillionaire.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I hope this holds up. This bodes really well if it holds up for sats next week, guys. That's why I got next week's call options, not this week's.
Holy shit, hood is down. Uh-oh.
Why? What's that have to do with? Oh, is that related to SpaceX somehow? You mean that the app is down? It's not working?
The app is down. Oh shit.
Oh, the app is down.
Uh-oh.
Why? You have hood? You use it hood?
I have hood too. Yeah, and I have sats in there.
Oh.
But that's in small size. Hood app down? No, I just logged in. I'm good. Let me try. Buy something. Trade. Trade buy. And oh shit, it's down.
All right.
Tesla smoked. Q's touch red. Hood app down. Guys, this is interesting. All right. Let's see. All right.
Sat's getting a bid here.
Is WhatsApp down too now? No, there we go. All right, first 5-minute candle we just got. Now we're on to the next 5-minute candle here. Nice close. 17% since the open. 150, 159.90 the high. Let's see what happens. All right.
This is starting to look good for sats.
Yeah, it is. All right, we're going to make a new high. All right, 160 we just printed for SpaceX. Up 18%.
All right, I'm getting some sats calls for next week based on this early action.
Oh, man, all these other stocks selling off.
Got the 115. Sats 115 calls for next week. At 776. Sats 115 calls for next week. It's 776. It's starting to look constructive, and you can see, look at the difference starting to develop The other space stocks are still going down as people are dumping them to buy SpaceX. But look,
Do we
what,
think?
look what's going up, guys. Look at this. You see this? Look at these big candles. This is the difference between a sentiment trade and a tracking stock. Okay, SATS is a tracking stock of SpaceX, and but the tracking, arbitrage won't kick in until Tuesday next week. Okay, so let me just show this again. Okay, right now SpaceX is at 165. So at 165, SATS at worst is worth, at the lowest is worth 140. So anywhere from 140, $180, 160 at the midpoint at SpaceX 165. And I said it before, I'm going to say it again. You will 100% chance, in my opinion, I'm not going to hedge on this, that by next Tuesday, you're going to start seeing SATs correlated with SpaceX according to this table. All right. I have 100% faith in my work. I spent dozens of hours doing this. The reason you're not seeing the correlation yet, because this correlation can only happen and the ARB funds can only start doing their work once they're allowed to short SpaceX. Okay. They're not that they're allowed, but I don't want to say they're not allowed to short SpaceX, but you can't find borrow yet today. Okay. It's going to take a couple days until the market makers create a borrow pool. Okay. Once that borrow pool is created, you're going to see SATs explosively move up next week. All right. Let's see if I could redeem this trade here. I'm going to stay in the SATs trade based on what I'm seeing here at 165. I like this initial move. I'm going to make a prediction that we will hold 135. Okay. I think I'm ready to make that prediction just based on this, right? I'm going out on a limb saying we will hold 135 next week. And what that means is, in the worst case, if we're holding 135, then SATs at the midpoint is worth $135. Worst case, $119. Okay. It's at $114.50 now. And again, if you can maintain $165 by next week, then what you're going to see is SATs could trade 140 plus next week. SATs can trade 140 plus. People are looking at this price action saying, Ben, you're crazy. What are you talking about? I've done my homework here. I know what's going to happen. All right. If I'm wrong, yeah, it'll go on my credibility out there. Okay. Based on the research I've done, this stock SATs should trade as a tracking vehicle. It's 100% proxy towards SpaceX. Okay. I know folks who haven't done their research well or just relying on a cursory conversation with AI or just looking at headlines. They're saying, oh, this is not a clean proxy. This is not a pure tracking stock. They have all these debt issues and interest and default issues. That's what they think, but they haven't done their homework. None of those issues actually exist, guys. None of them exist. And you're going to see soon why they don't. Okay. Imminently, maybe even today. Okay. But I would say 90% chance by sometime next week, we're going to see a press release from SAT saying the deal with AT&T is closed. $20 billion comes in. All of a sudden, everyone's going to be, whoa, I thought they had some issues here. Now this is a clean proxy. Now all you have left is 100% stake in 100% stake in SpaceX. Those shares will be delivered in November, but there's basically no risk to that. Okay, they're 100% stake in SpaceX, which is 2% of the entire SpaceX market cap. I think it is. Is it 2%? Roughly, yeah, roughly 2% of this market cap is SATS owns, and that represents, at this point, represents well over 100% of the SATS market cap. Okay, this is trading at a negative enterprise value right now, a deep negative enterprise value. They have right now at this moment at about $40 billion worth of SpaceX shares. Okay, SATS has about $40 billion worth of SpaceX shares. And guess what? Here's the other thing you need to know. Once the ARB kicks in by next Tuesday, the funds are not going to care about the valuation of SpaceX. Okay, they're not going to care about that. They're not making directional bets on SATs, okay, or SpaceX. No directional bets. All they're doing is they're looking at the difference in the value between what SATs is trading at and what it should be trading at based on the real-time price of SpaceX. And they're going to take advantage of that, and they're going to make their money by shorting SpaceX and going long SATs in order to reduce that gap between the net asset value and the current market value. That's how they work. They don't have a directional bias. These are ARB funds that are going to get to work, all right? So this is my prediction. I'm going to try to save this trade here. I'm staying in the Sats trade. All right. I'm staying in the Sats trade. But again, the mechanics of this will not work until early next week, more likely Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. Okay. That's when the mechanics of this can really work once the ARB funds will have the ability. Okay. Once they have the ability. Oh, shit. I'm long at NBIS and it just fucking crashed on me. Oh, shit. Am I still long? I hope I'm not.
Yeah, everything is pulling back here. Only thing currently going is
Oh shit, I'm still long QQQ calls. Oh my god, I just got absolutely raped today. Like every freaking thing I did today is just a freaking nightmare. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is like terrible, terrible day. I'm at NBIS. Should I just throw in the towel and not even try again on this stuff? Right? I think I will.
Yeah.
This is just crazy. This is my worst day probably ever. I'm not even looking at my account value, but I just got absolutely destroyed. And I'm sticking with the Sats trade. All right, getting absolutely destroyed. Oh, that sucks. All right, so Rocket Lab hits that target at the 50 DMA. I'm getting absolutely destroyed on Rocket Lab calls as well. Rocket Lab hits the 50 DMA, getting into the NASDAQ 100, not helping them at the moment. Shit, dude, I am getting absolutely destroyed. The whole SpaceX. This is now no longer. I don't think this is any longer. We have to re-rate the space sector down because we didn't get a good IPO pop. This is, I think, simply people who want to raise capital in order to trade SpaceX right now. That's what you're seeing right now, I think. Right?
Yep.
That's what you're seeing right now. And man, my account, I don't want to look at. Oh my god! Oh shit! I'm getting killed on Webull too.
I feel so bad for people that are trying that like mainly trade on Robinhood. This is like GameStop all over again. They're definitely doing this on purpose to not allow people to sell, unless their brokers just can't handle the amount of volume. But seems like everyone else can. So find it a little strange.
Yeah, I'm not going to look at my account value until Sunday night when I have to write my weekly newsletter. This is just a travesty, but I'm staying in the Sats trade. I keep getting shaken out of NBIS and QQQ at the work. I can't do this anymore.
Back up.
Yeah.
I would say as long as you can hold this on the 5 minute, the 20 DMA, I think you should be okay. But if you break below, that's when you got to watch out.
Which one are you talking about?
The 5 minute for the Q.
I'm done. I just sold it for a loss again. I can't handle that.
All right, so we're going back here now.
It's too volatile for me.
Tesla again taken to the woodshed today as well, almost down 3%.
Getting destroyed over here. This is crazy.
So everything.
Damn it.
Sats now pulling back.
Wow. Tremendous
opportunity. SpaceX pulling. I mean, it's just following it now. So.
I mean, the only way this 108 makes sense. Wow. We are at the worst case. This means the only way 108 makes sense is if you think SpaceX is going to $120 by Tuesday. Okay, and that's not. I don't even have the other. I don't even have the other scenario A and C. These scenarios are not properly labeled, but at the midpoint, you're talking probably like 110 or something. Like SpaceX would have to go like probably below 110. You know, the midpoint is somewhere close to $1 for dollar on the matrix. So you're saying, hey, people who are shorting or selling Sats right now, it's basically the equivalent of them thinking, they're not even thinking, they're just selling it in order to buy SpaceX is what they're doing. you know. Or the other thing that impacts it on the first couple days, this is going to violently reverse next week. SpaceX cannot be shorted right now. So the closest proxy to shorting that is shorting sets. So you may be seeing that too, but you do that at your own peril because this can violently turn early next week based on the valuation model. And what the ARBs are going to do. Rocket Labs is at a support, $100 support. Anyone want to throw good money?
Nope, I'm not touching it. No, thank you.
Okay.
That's just
Wow,
my
you
thought
think
there
this thing
now.
can go to like $75 or something? 95 next support. Wow.
It's just looking weak.
That's just getting destroyed. Oh my god, this is just a travesty. For my account. This is just a travesty. I have to kind of rebuild it. It might take me a few months unless Sats absolutely kills it next week.
Oh, now I can log into sell my SADS calls that are worthless.
I actually sold the SpaceX allocation I got. So now Fidelity is going to punish me and I can no longer do the IPOs for 6 months.
How much you flip and make off that?
I mean, they gave me a bunch of shares. So like between my long-term and short-term accounts, I think I made 20 grand. So I said, I'm taking that profit and I'll take your 6-month IPO ban. But man, just taking the woodshed on every single long I've had here today. Even bull and Fubo. I mean, just a nightmare. I wonder, let me see if anyone else, let's see what the call flow might be for next week. 115s. What about, but see, we also have puts, heavy puts. When do they buy the puts? That's the question I want to know. They bought this at 12 o'clock. So people bought puts right at the open. That's the traditional playbook, but there's also over here call buying before SpaceX opened. Here's a big one, 125 for next week. Oh, that was a sell, maybe a 1045.
I mean, I'm sitting here talking on mute. Man, Virgin Galactics is down almost 40%.
Rocket Lab with a $100 bounce so far.
I was wrong. I don't know. I don't trust it though.
Oh, Rocket Lab?
No. I think we could come down and see the low 90s, like 93.
Rocket Lab?
For Rocket Lab, yeah.
That's a bold call because, yeah, 93 is the next support. But that's a bold call to say that we're going to break below the 50 DMA. I don't know. I guess anything can happen, but that would suck if it happened. I know it's tough seeing this, but right now, I don't think the ARB funds are not working today, okay? They're not working. So right now, I think it's just selling the space stocks across the board as part of that. What usually happens, right? You sell the proxies when the real one opens, right? That's the knee-jerk reaction that everyone does or conditioned to do. And it looks like they're not discriminating. They're selling everything as part of that trade plan. All right, IPO opens, you sell everything related to that IPO. The play was to run up into it. It looks like that's what they're doing reflexively and not discriminating which stock they're selling. And I think, especially if this stays above 135 even, okay, and it's looking good right now. I'm liking the demand picture I see. If this stays above 135, Sats will violently turn up next week. I know it sounds crazy, and I know the chart doesn't show it, But I'm
All right, here we go. We have SpaceX curling back up here.
might go to 102. Sats might hit 102 today off this 200 DMA. Well, 101.65. You also have support at 104. Big support at 104. It might get there. It might get there. But I'm gonna stick with it because I'm relying on this and this matrix here, and trusting the research I've done. Sticking with it. I am down so much on sats, it's not even funny. I'm not going to look at my count value. This is just a travesty here today for me. Let's see. Let's see, I'm in the 115. The latest thing I added was next week's 115 calls. 115 calls. Wow, I'm even down on that, man. So far, everything I'm touching, it's still continuing to slide. I bought it at 776. They're now $5.
Wow. $50,000 David Sachs invested in SpaceX at a 27 million valuation in
Are you
2000.
serious?
He is $50,000 if he held till now. After dilution, everything. Guess what
Yeah.
it's worth? 3.15 billion.
Wow.
That's impressive.
That's an investment. Holy crap. Wow. That's crazy.
All right.
So some 130s. 130s is seeing a lot of a call action right now in sets. I don't want to say a lot. No, it's 244. Yeah, 176. What about the 125s?
That bounce off the 100.
115.
99.60.
115. 115 is seeing a little more meaningful action here. I think that's the one I bought. Yeah. 115 next week. On Sats getting some love. Oh boy. Rocket Lab, nice bounce off the 100. Food. Oh boy. Man. I don't know. This Fubo is kind of breaking down. I didn't expect it to break below the 20 DMA. I may have to dump that.
Yeah. $65. It's
Qs
trying
are
to curl
ripping.
back
Look,
up
every
here.
single freaking time. The Qs are, I
Yeah.
can't. Qs and NBIS, they're top picks today, but I just couldn't deal with the volatility. Just couldn't deal with that.
Yep. 12.13.
Rocket Lab now ripping off that $100 support level.
Yeah, it would be nice to see SpaceX rip up to 200. Could pull some of those space names, especially Sats. See. We shall see.
looking nice, isn't it?
Yep.
Rocket Lab moving. Maybe that's the final washout. The space stocks are rebounding. Maybe the bottom's in for the space stocks here, guys. What do you think?
Yeah, there's I don't know. I just think if we start seeing a pull and pull back down, we're gonna see it a lot of pressure to the downside again.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to see, right? If SpaceX pulls back down, is this going to go right down with it, or are they going to show some resiliency? That's what I'd like to see here. Let's test that out. So let's do Rocket Lab versus SpaceX here. All right, and ASTS versus SpaceX. Let's see. Let's see if we see any relative strength here. Oh, but that's a little different story.
Chris in our community just picked up ASTS leaps.
Probably not a bad idea. I like that. Yeah, very close to that 200-day support. It's a great idea. Which ones?
See what he says. Everything's starting to get legs again. Market pulling up. Yeah, Fubo not looking good.
Oh shit! I gotta maybe bail on that idea. I don't know.
Wow, look at Intel right here, guys. Intel is bucking the crowd today.
Oh, look at the Qs again. Every single fucking time I sell those Q calls, they come right back. It's just no trend. It's just, wow, look at Intel. Man, I really wanted to buy Intel for the long-term account. I didn't get to it. SpaceX looking good. I don't know. I think the bottom might be in for the space stocks here, guys. I think the bottom might be in. Can't believe freaking I lost so much money on Q calls today. Hit my targets and I just didn't execute on it properly. I'm getting more Rocket Lab 110 calls here. Where should I look? Next week. Can you read an IPO chart? What's going to happen here?
I wish I could. There's nothing to base off of, unless you're going off a minute. It's growing back up, so we'll see. Maybe we can come test the highs here again, break out. We'll see if we can hold up today in the next couple of days. Today's Friday though. That's the only crappy thing. How long you want to sit here and trade live with everyone for?
Not much longer.
You want to go until 12:30?
Yeah, 10 more minutes, guys.
Yeah, look, these are crawling back up. I don't know. Today was a tough trading day.
You're telling me. It's my worst ever. After I had my worst ever last Friday.
Jeez.
Yeah. Did I loaded up sats in Rocket Lab way early. It's looking good. This might run hard in after hours.
Yeah, good chance.
190s. Okay, let's see. At 167, Sats is worth at the midpoint in the model $160. Sats is worth $160 trading at 110 right now.
Yeah. A lot of retail did miss it today, so we'll see. A lot of people that were wanting to get allocations, especially people that were super stoked and throwing their life savings in this. They were like, oh, I'm going to get so much. They're allocated one share. So we shall see. Also, probably will have funds buying the first couple of days to add this. Let's see.
A lot of the space stocks are okay. Here's a little dump in SpaceX, but look at Lunar. See, this is the sign I'm looking for. Okay, SpaceX with a little dump. Lunar still breaking out above that trend line. Rocket Lab still breaking out. Dude, I think the bottom's in on space stocks. I like that. You see this?
Yeah.
Bottom's in. Look at that. Even with this dump. Even this dump.
Yeah, look
They're
at
going. They're going. They're going.
Let's see. Autumn in.
Measure the June 18th, 110. They're now 542. I'm in at about 6 something, 6 and change. Lunar's still going. Rocket Lab looking good. ASTS looking good. Look at the smaller micro caps are looking good. SatLogic and Sidu turning. Wow,
Yeah.
a lot of retail names are turning.
Yep.
All right, guys. Hopefully that's the bottom in the space stocks. Taking on the chin here with Sats and Rocket Lab. I'm not ready to throw in the towel, especially the Sats. I'm going to hold that into next week at this point.
Sounds good.
So far, it's been a brutal day. Look at this comeback in Lunar. $2 off the lows already, almost.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm out of here.
All right.
Thank
Take
you,
care,
Brad.
guys. Have a good one.
By the way, if you want to join our community and get that morning note, which, by the way, was perfect on the macro and the prediction on the Qs, not so perfect on Rocket Lab, unfortunately, today. But if you want to get that, head on over to storytrading.com and you can sign up for that daily newsletter, or you can join our community as well. And with that, we're out of here. Have a good
Awesome.
weekend, everyone.
Take care, guys.
Yep, bye.